Not one, not one.
You said athletics, was it?
We're just going straight strength here.
All right. I have a 11.
11.
15.
15. So while locked in this competition and kind of moving back and forth, Marcus starting to get the upper hand and kind of pushing back. Make another strength check.
$22.
Oh, 16.
Not one to be bested as the current reigning arm wrestling champ. Audrey starts pushing back. Audrey getting that kind of apex back up there, locked back in. Another strength check.
8.
8.
Struggling. More bets going down. 2 silver on that one. 2 silver. No, 2 silver on the champ. Make another strength check.
Oh,
20. Dirty 20.
14.
The champ now starting to push back, leaning over the other direction. Another strength check.
Come on.
Aye, 2 silver on the underdog. And kind of like throws across
I'll take
2
that
silver.
back.
21.
Nat 1. I'm sorry.
Arm kind of as you down onto the table. Cheers erupt. Well, mostly cheers. A few. His arm slipped. That's not fair. This kind of uproar of people.
It was a good match. I'm glad that you gave up before I broke your arm. And holds out a hand for a handshake.
Yeah, I'll check him. Thanks. You're very strong.
I've been told. What was it? Marcus again?
Marcus Dundragon. It's nice to meet you.
Get a beer for Marcus over here, and one for me, please.
Yeah, be coming right up. The barkeep. He's a human man, kind of balding with short gray hair. Kind of gives a smile as he brings over a few mugs. His blue eyes, seen many years, kind of wrinkled a bit under it. Ah, that was a good match. Oh.
Honestly, I've not met someone as strong as this one in a while, but
I want to say,
no one's ever a match.
Look like you were struggling a bit. I've never seen you one to lose.
Well, I'm not yet.
Yeah, you had me worried. Oh, enjoy.
Thank you.
About
So,
Oh, go ahead.
what brings you around here, Marcus?
Oh, I'm just traveling, making my way through the country.
Seems nice place to come, I guess. Not much happens here.
Yeah, seems like a quiet place.
In the commotion of the victory in the arm wrestling competition, 2 more patrons are entering the bar. Arguing.
I'm not insulting your intelligence. I just simply think you do not have enough world experience. This is clearly Goldsworth.
I don't need world experience, okay? I calculated it, and Goldsworth would be south of here. This is not Goldsworth.
How could the boat have dropped us off at Goldsworth, but this is not Goldsworth? How does that work in your brain?
I don't know. I'm not a boat driver.
We're directly on course. There's no way we are incorrect.
Excuse me. This is definitely Goldsworth.
See,
Welcome.
He leans towards Omar and whispers, I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
okay, I grab the nearest person. I pick up Talon on the knock him on the shoulder. We're in Goldsworth, are we not?
Aye. We're in Goldsworth.
Not everyone can be wrong about being in Goldsworth. I'm sure the people would know what town they're in.
Fine, I concede.
Go ahead and, if you will, describe your characters.
I am playing Omar Kari. I am a 6'1" human with about the same skin complexion as I have. He has curly brown hair that's currently down to about like here. He's wearing a blue cloak with a pin, I guess, of a eagle, bronze eagle. And he carries around a quarterstaff.
I am playing Theodore Sebastian Soliday III. He is quite a lengthy lad. He's not quite as tall as his traveling companion, which his traveling companion will never let him live down. Because, height equals dominance. He's got curly orange hair that's all about the place. He's wearing mostly shades of dark blue and gray. He's got a cloak that's pinned with a sphinx. And he's got quite a few books, both in his bag and carrying a couple in his arms as well.
Very good. As you enter and kind of get a feel for it, the barkeep looks up. Yeah, it's be Goldswerve, all right. You were looking for a place to stay, some food.
Yes, we were. But there seems to be a small issue. How much coin would it cost to stay here?
Well, a room will cost you 8 copper a night.
8 copper. I think we have 8 copper. Yes.
Dad,
You want one room or two?
we might need one room.
One room. I think we need one room.
Well, it'd be 8 copper, and your dinner's
How
included.
big is the bed?
Well, there's 2 cots.
Oh, good.
All right.
We had to share last time, and somebody likes to kick.
Yes, I do. But only with him. All right. Is there any You can clearly tell we're not well off. Is there any?
Oh, you like you're dressed in pretty fancy threads.
Yes, funny story that one. Anyway, is there any opportunities? Is this what is this place? Why was is there any high crime?
Well, there's been that gang going around and messing with people. Not too much here in town, though. Mostly outside it.
Right. Okay, that's.
Well, you hear about that?
Yes.
Your deception skills have improved greatly in the past week.
I'm not too sure. Exactly.
And we're gonna pause.
Yes.
Pause this right here for a moment as a 6th person walks into the bar. Kendall, what's Wilgan look like?
Wilgan is quite short. He looks human enough, but his proportions are a bit smaller. He is a halfling, and from the looks of it, he's very Amish-looking halfling. Seems very out of his element in this place. He's wearing some suspenders. He's got this off-white sort of dirty-ish shirt on, and he's carrying a quite normal-sized backpack, but quite big for his size. Has several various things that he's carrying with him, and he's trying to look around and trying to get someone's attention. He's like, excuse me.
So you hear about? Oh, hang on. You there? What? Oh, what can I do for you?
Hello, my name's Wilgan. I'm looking for an adventurer's tavern, somewhere I could find.
Adventurous. Well, it's a pretty sleepy town here. Where are you from?
I'm from quite a ways away, a small island off to the west. It's probably never heard of it. I've kind of come here looking to join a group of adventurers. I've heard that they usually hang out in these sorts of places. I was wondering if
You won't find any adventurers around here. But you can get a room for 8 copper.
Sure, I guess I'm a bit tired. I'll stay a bit longer.
Dinner's included.
I like dinner. I'll pay him. I'll try to count out 8 copper and
All right.
hand it out to him.
Well, we're getting ready to serve up some food. If you find yourself a seat somewhere.
Sure, I'll
As
try to
you-
find it.
As you scan the room, it's actually pretty full. A lot of the townspeople who had gathered around watching the arm wrestling competition have went back to their tables. There are a couple empty seats. One is you kind of look around and is next to where Adri is. Marcus is across the table from him. You also see you see Talon, who's kind of by himself off in the corner. And just
I've somehow managed to get the table to myself.
half of it anyway.
Half of it.
Well, from what I've heard in my stories, that the ones that are kind of often alone are often a lot interesting adventures. So I'll try to go up to Talon and strike up a bit of conversation.
So pause there. Back to the other group. Sorry about that. So yeah, there's those bandits that have been kind of going and attacking travelers on the way in. It's a wonder you made it without any sort of incident like that. They've been on to the north and to the south, really.
Right, this must be what we're sent here for. Alright, yes, it seems to be a very delicate matter indeed.
How when you say bandits, I hear a plural in there. How many bandits are we talking about?
I don't know. Bandits.
Okay, information gatherer, this is your job.
Right, well, I mean, he clearly doesn't know. We have to ask around a bit. I'm going to look for the strongest looking fellow here.
That would be Adri.
Right, so I will approach Adri. So, just pull up a chair and, flip it around, reverse it, and sit on it. So, nice weather we're having here recently, isn't it?
You're really not from around here, are you?
No, not at all. Wouldn't happen, man of your size, you might have been invited, maybe done some little banditing around the area. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
If you're asking me if I'm a bandit, no.
Right. Do you have
Sounds like
any-
the response of a bandit to
Right.
me.
I'm. You're on thin ice, buddy. Maybe you know the area, location, maybe anything of the bandits. I mean, surely you know.
There's been bandits around. I tend to keep myself away from most things or people.
In a crowded inn. Interesting.
Right, write that down.
I'm here to have a drink. I'll have a record. You see the plaque up there? Yeah, that's mine. So.
Right, nice alibi. Yes.
Is that the only record you have?
I'll have. Well, it's not really my house, but I'll have the place that I'll live. But I'm not bringing you there.
Alright.
Why am I trying to? Who are you? What do you want? You came to me.
Well, we were sent here, selected, you might say, to investigate the area. So we're just keeping an eye on things, You seem slightly suspicious. I don't think I should have told him that.
I don't think so either.
I don't think that's.
Somebody's still learning.
I'll tell you what. Bandits are very annoying, and they tend to not be very nice to the townspeople. You get enough people. You're against the bandits, right? That's what you're trying to do.
Right, I'm certainly not trying to join them, yes.
Okay, just double checking then. Get enough people. I'll consider helping out.
1 moment, please. And I'm going to put my hand up over my mouth, but I'm not good at whispering, so he could still probably hear. So this guy's pretty big, and I know you have a lot more muscle than I do, but he has a lot more muscle than you do. And ideally, I think, given the plural of bandits, that might be necessary.
Do you think that scraggly, rat-looking dude who walked in earlier, who was asking if adventure, you think he's capable of anything?
He has a backpack. Worst case scenario, we could use the stuff inside that.
Right,
Meanwhile, just kind of sitting down on the right next to Talon. How does that conversation go?
Hi, I'm gonna try to climb up onto the chair. like a small toddler trying to get up onto a bar.
Immediately, like, concerned that you're in, like, his personal space. And the personal space is, like, within 5 feet of him.
Hi,
So it's like,
I'm Wilgan. I'm quite new here. Do you happen to be an adventurer of some sort? I noticed you were sitting alone, and typically it's either people who are very drunk or are looking to go out and have adventures are typically in that sort of situation. That I think.
I can't say which one I am. I might be drunk or I might be looking
Don't
for
sound that
adventure.
drunk.
Probably both.
Um,
I can take a lot. Don't worry with me.
okay then. You are an adventurer then, yes? Or,
Well,
Right.
suppose. Kinda
what does
wanting
that mean?
to. I've been kinda on and off jobs at the moment. Military.
Okay. Do you know anyone that has a job that has something? Kind of want to see what that sort of not life is all about, but I want to try to go out and do that sort of exciting thing and see the world and whatnot. I don't know if you know anyone that could help with that.
I didn't think so. But, I mean, if you ask the barman, I'm sure he could, give you some in. I mean, I'm looking for work myself.
Right?
Money's getting a little tight.
At that point, Omar will pull up a chair again and reverse it again and sit down on it. So you're looking for work, are you?
Well,
I am. Yes. My name is Wilgan, and I'll hold up my hand and
Omar.
hold up my hand because it's.
Talon.
Right. Nice to meet you. So you questioning, looking for an adventuring party. So you might have some gold to acquire one, right? I mean, clearly, if you were to hire a party, you would need some sort of financial stability, correct?
I have a bit. Aye.
Not you, the rat-looking fellow.
I'm not a rat. I'm a halfling. That
I don't. Yes.
I don't have much in the way of gold. I was hoping to join an adventuring party on their quest for gold. I assume. Are you an adventurer? Do you have any sort of thing that you're looking to build a party for?
Well,
I'm quite quick on my feet. I can.
So you're not just like you can do stuff.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
not just.
Yes.
So you have abilities in combat.
Yes, I can. At least I'd like to think so. I learn things quite quickly. I pick up a lot of different skills. I have a bit of knowledge with herbs and medicinal ingredients, and I can also I can work my way around, and people tend to not notice 3-foot tall person such as myself. You are all quite a bit more imposing than someone my stature would be.
Yes, you're right. So perhaps we're currently here to hunt down some bandits and put a stop to that. You think you could help us there? I'm not sure what gold is in it for us, but it's
Gold isn't my main concern. It's certainly nice. Money is always certainly nice, but it's more the experience of it, the excitement, the adventure. That's sort of what I'm coming in for. That's sort of what I want to learn about.
right. And you, or is your friend here also interested in joining?
I mean, you can talk to me like I'm a person. I'm here.
Right. Okay.
Does that
Are
mean
you
we're
interested
friends?
in joining?
I mean, I am been looking for something to do. We're a bit bored.
It just does seem to be quite a sleepy town here.
Aye.
Go back, and I believe we have one other person in mind to come with us.
Do we?
Is it that big fellow over there?
We already recruited the big fellow just from behind Omar.
You two should have seen the wrestling match that was going on. Oh, so good.
Wrestling?
I did lose.
Wrestling.
It was arm wrestling.
Oh,
Okay.
There was
That's
someone else
less
contesting
thrilling.
that man. Who would contest him? Why would anyone? Who did that?
Him, and I'll point over at Marcus.
Yeah.
Almost won too. He was actually had him on the ropes for quite a bit. I did bet on him, but
Is-
I
is
lost.
he-
But
Is he with us as well, or?
I don't know. Is he?
He could be.
Why don't you hop over there and talk to him,
Excuse
social
me,
pseudo
sir.
dragon?
Sir,
Well-
I'll try to like, jump up and down.
Uh,
Try to get
yeah?
Marcus's attention.
I'll look down at the halfling man. Yep.
Hi. Would you be interested in joining our little quest? And I'll gesture to the rest of the party. We're going to go deal with some bandits, and I've been told that there's quite a bit of gold in it for interested parties. Are you? You seem
You
like
see
someone who.
See him kind of pat one of his pouches. I could do with some gold. Sure.
Excellent. My name is Wilgan, by the way. What's yours?
Marcus
Marcus.
Dundragon. I'll hold out my hand, which is probably big to him to shake.
Bro, there's gold in it, you said?
Yeah. On that note, I'll definitely turn over to Theodore. Did he just say gold? I said there was no gold.
Oh, well, I mean, if they're bandits, they probably stole stuff.
You're right.
This is why I'm here. Make the logical connections.
But then wouldn't we wish to return that stuff?
I mean, there's got to be some sort of finder's fee.
You're right. There definitely is some sort of finder's fee.
Yeah. By the by, I don't know or vouch for any of these people, so the Glass Eagle is going to take full responsibility for this venture.
Sure. But if they do anything wrong, I will personally cut off the heads. Sure, let's approach the rest of the group. Okay.
We've decided to finalize this this inclusion effort that my associate here was putting together. So I'm sorry. What are your what are your names?
I'm Wilgan. Wilgan Vanderwax.
Talon Guildsborn. Nice to meet you.
I don't think I have to, actually say it. You could just read it up there, Adri Thessel,
Well, you just said it.
Marcus Dundragon.
All right.
At about this moment, the innkeep, having brought rounds of drinks to several of the tables, is now bringing out your food orders. And as it's brought over to you, you can smell it approach. Some sort of meaty, almost pungent. It's in this large bowl. There you go. Eat up.
Thank you. Honestly, always the best.
It's kind of a
Appreciate it.
green-brown stew with chunks of various things floating in it.
No one ever knows what they are, but do they taste good?
Do we have little bowls or?
They're like pretty good.
Oh,
Heaping
everybody has
bowls.
their own individual.
Yeah, like
Oh, okay, good.
Now, when you say it's a big bowl for them, is
Oh.
it like
Oh god.
Swim in it.
Wilgan just gets a swimming pool.
Can I? Could I get a second, smaller?
You want a
bowl
second
or-
bowl?
No.
Oh, you
just
big
the bowl.
eater, are you?
No. That's okay.
Second bowl coming up.
Oh no. Oh no.
You better eat all of that. We've visited some locations where food is scarce, and
I can eat. It's just the logistics is a bit difficult, and I'll try to like reach into the bowl and take a bit.
Comes back, second one. Second bowl of stewed pork and lentils.
Oh, there it is. It's pork and lentils.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't
I
know.
wish mine was a little more lentil and a little less pork. And he's just
Yeah, I think this one has more lentil, and I'll try to push one of the bowls over to him.
oh no. You request. That's your responsibility.
Okay.
I mean, I'll have some if you want. If
Yeah.
it's free food.
Aye, same. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
I'll take some if you don't want it.
No, it's okay. I can finish this.
Just as an aside to Omar,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
all trying to eat the little guy's food. You see what you've recruited?
I mean, they can have mine too. I'm not particularly fond of this.
I thought you just said that food was scarce. Where you come from?
In some places, but certainly not where I come from.
Then why are you trying to give away your own?
Well, because it's horrid, is why.
Oh, come on,
Doesn't
it's
taste
not
that
edible.
bad to me.
I've eaten worse.
I
Aye.
have not. So
Better than my home cooking, so you just insulted me. It's fine.
Try only foraging for a year. Then you'll understand hard.
Right.
What kind of-
I guess-
Theo's just gonna cough and elbow Omar. Remember, presenting a certain way.
Right.
Now that he's actually told us your names,
My name is Theodore Sebastian Soliday III.
come again.
Oh. Okay. My name is Theodore Sebastian Soliday III. For ease of mind, in case that's complicated, just
I'm gonna
call
call
me
you Theo.
Theo.
I'm gonna call you Theo.
Just because common is my second language, it doesn't mean you have to talk that slowly. It's been
It's a long name. I'm just gonna call you Theo.
okay.
Right. Well, my name's Omar Kauri. O-M-A.
Oh, right.
Oh.
I expected it from the one that's been talking like, how do you even say it?
Well, he says it
Gibberish?
right.
Eloquently?
Compass.
But then you seem like you know that people can understand you. So like, why?
But he was trying to talk to me like I wasn't even there earlier, so I'm not
Well,
surprised, really.
So, stew and adventure.
Yes.
Hey.
What's the plan here?
See, that would have been so much better episode 1 title Stew and Adventure.
Yes.
It would have been accurate.
That's why you do the titles after.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's here on the bottom of the screen. Continue. Sorry.
So Hardy Bill and the innkeeper said that they were north and south, straddling the village. I'm not quite sure. You're the information gatherer.
Right. I do think we need to ask around a bit, talk to maybe some shady figures to see how that's going on. Maybe any reports as of late.
We should probably figure out where they're most likely coming from then. We can't really go north and south. Surely, that
We should
sounds...
speak to the god here.
The god?
The god.
Guard.
Oh,
Does,
guard.
does this little town have like a guard?
I'm sure.
You have a plaque here. You must know.
I mean, they have people, yeah. Every town has people.
Yes, every town does have
You-
people. My question pertained to guard. I'm looking for specificity here, Fred.
And you would be familiar enough, not being in town frequently necessarily, but around. There is a constable in town, and probably a couple deputies as well. It's a small town of a couple hundred, so they don't have a large force, but there are a few who do help maintain order.
Again, yeah, I told you, there's people, as in people who help protect here. It's not that hard.
Oh, well, adjectives are your friend. So I would think that would be where to start, Omar. I mean, this is your expertise.
Right, of course. Well, yeah, we talk to them first.
What exactly is your expertise?
My expertise?
Yes.
Don't, please, why'd you have to ask that?
Well,
No, I'd like to hear
Let's
this as well.
see.
Aye.
How much stew is left in this? About 3/8 of the bowl. Okay.
And a whole nother bowl.
All right. I feel like that's something that you do not divulge to strangers. That you do not have background information on. That is a part of training that I learned from Omar. And additionally,
Right, so why did you reveal his expertise then?
Aye.
because his secrets are not my responsibility.
Right, so can you tell us his secrets in return, or?
I certainly could. However, if I get him started, he simply will not stop. So I will not.
Plus, he's good at keeping secrets.
I feel like if we are to
Aye.
go on whatever this bandit
Aye.
thing is, we should know what you're doing. Because, respectfully, you're not the most physically imposing, including
Ah.
myself.
Well, I have about I don't know, several feet on you. So if reach is a factor,
I
feel
didn't say
like
you were the least physically imposing. I am very well aware. You are not the most, and I'll gesture to Adri here. You are not the most physically imposing.
Absolutely. Everybody has their own qualities that they bring to any sort of given scenario. I'm sure that this very well clothed, baggy hidden individual, he's going to gesture to Talon, might have things that they're capable of that they don't want to necessarily share in the company of people they just met.
Be careful. He likes being spoken to, not about. I've learned that recently.
I was looking at her. Yeah.
Him.
Him.
You can't just assume those things. Come on.
Aye.
It's the year.
Don't assume. Current year,
It's the-
guys. It's current year.
The year.
All right. Well, just know that when push comes to shove, I am willing to shove back from a distance.
You're an archer then.
Very
All you need to
intimidating.
know is he comes with me, and I would not keep him around for his personality.
Aye, but what do you two
Clearly.
do? Like, if we were to get in a fight, how do we know you're not just gonna turn tail and run?
We were going
I
I think the point is that they have us, so that they won't turn tail, so they'll just wait for us to kill them.
this is
Or
why
not
we
kill.
talked to big people.
Oh, I didn't-
It's called
anyway.
tactics. I don't know if you've ever cooperated in any sort of team effort, but everybody has their own role to play.
I mean, as far as we're concerned,
And what's your roles to play?
Man, we are just talking in circles here.
I-
It won't
I
be if you
play the
answer my
role-
question.
Oh my gosh.
I-
I play the role of an inquisitive soul from the Order of the Sphinx. That should be sufficient.
Alright.
It's not, but
The order
I
of
feel like
what?
we're not going to get much out other than that. So
God, I don't even know.
As
what
the
I asked. I-
evening goes on, as you settle into your conversation, into your stew, another mug of ale.
So much stew.
A local performer strums on the lute, humming melodies that kind of drift through the air, talking of distant lands and of adventures. Do you have anything you want to accomplish this evening?
I'd like to try to finish my stew.
You're trying to finish both of those bowls of stew.
Somebody's going to have a hard
try
time
my best
walking.
to crush these 2 bowls of stew.
So the first one I'll
Yeah.
give you, make a Constitution save for that second one.
Eight.
8. So you get like a third of the way into that second bowl, and it's like,
I'll.
You doing alright there? You look like you're gonna spew.
I'm fine.
you need some more sausage and lentils.
No, thank you. Can I pack this up somehow for later?
I
It's
thought
stew.
you guys were going to help him eat it.
How you want to pack up a stew?
I'll
Containers.
I'll fish for my my water skin. See if I can put
Oh,
some
God.
stew in the water skin.
It's stew.
It's
I don't know
softer
how
now.
the
It's been
horrible-
quite a while.
I don't know how
Oh,
the physics of that's supposed to work.
It's like,
Oh,
it's
You
like
are
a,
never
You're
using
just-
that for water
You're just
again.
making a
go wash it out.
mess.
It's still being consumed.
why are we not questioning what this
Are you
man-
just mashing your hand over?
I said I was okay. This is not working.
So, what specifically do you bring to the table again? I know you were inquiring with me.
Well, I'm here to help scout ahead. I guess I can also sort of tend to small injuries. I can personally, I'd like to document some of these things for my own sake. Yeah, I'm a lot better at sneaking around than I am at eating stew, frankly.
And packing it into a water skin.
Yeah, this was not the best idea, and I'll stop.
I must say, you
Aye.
questioning him was a bit of the pot calling the kettle black. But it is what it is, I guess.
are you?
I'm assuming that's being directed at me, but I'm not interested in pots or kettles. They're not a part of anything that I am an expert at, as you are well aware.
I'm not familiar with this idiom.
You are the stupidest smart person I know. I just want to make that clear.
And you're the
now
least.
I'm confused. Are you talking to Theo or?
It's me. It's me. He likes to insult me. You'll pick that up over time.
It's not
Bringing others
insulting,
down makes him
it's-
feel big.
It's constructive criticism. Okay, you're
mean-
not going to learn if I, reward you for doing stupid things.
I don't exactly see how calling me black, or calling me a kettle, makes me learn anything. Confused by this idiom.
I'm gonna go
It
to our
is the-
room.
Yes. Good night.
Hey,
Wait, are
Stanley.
we meeting back here or like where?
In the morning, I believe.
first thing in the morning,
Dawn.
we'll meet down here for breakfast.
Right, okay.
Yeah. As we're going up the stairs, just to Omar, you don't have to insult me in front of every person we meet. They're gonna think you're fine initially anyway, until they get to know you. You don't have to bring me down to feel better.
No, it's. I don't care the company we're in. If I see you doing something wrong, I'm gonna call you out on it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start doing the same.
Just continues walking into the room.
The rooms themselves are nothing fancy, but they're functional. As you have a look around it, there is one cot that's kind of by an open window that lets a breeze in, which is nice, as this is summer and a cool breeze in the evening is pleasant. There's also kind of a straw mattress on the ground on the other wall that makes kind of a probably less comfortable but functional place to rest. There's also
I beeline the cot.
What a surprise.
There's also a chest of drawers there with a water basin on top of it, a couple of washcloths and a mirror. Simple but functional. The door itself doesn't have any sort of lock or keyhole, but it does have a part on it with a wooden bar that can be laid across to lock the door.
Alright.
And I assume we're all in different rooms.
Both
Yeah,
Theodore
absolutely.
and Omar are each in their separate. Or you've got separate rooms, right? Or no, you got the
one
same
room.
room, but you got the.
Yeah.
So they're in a room. Wilgan, you got your own room. Talon, you were staying there. You got a room. Does Adri stay here for the
Adri-
night, or are you going back to the farm?
He would go back.
So you kind of make your way back home. What's Marcus doing?
I'd assume he'd just get a room.
You had a
for
room as
himself.
well, so you also. So all of these rooms in the upper level of the inn, a staircase next to the bar kind of leads you up to that, and a long hallway goes down. With all of you booking these accommodations, it's very full. There's only one room that isn't occupied by one of you all.
I'll have paid for our room. I'll just assume it was my
Yeah.
turn.
Okay. So as the night goes on, the cool breeze eventually gives way to a bit of a rain shower that you have to get up at one point to kind of close the window as water starts blowing in from the side. But the night otherwise is peaceful. You hear the sound of frogs in the distance. There's a little stream that makes its way downward toward the sea. Frogs make their home in the shallow waters there. You hear far off in the distance the sound of a howling wolf.
Hello.
We have sound effects. And morning comes as the rain shower is let up sometime during the night. The morning sun, those of you on the eastern side of the building, specifically Wilgan and Marcus, the sun kind of shines in and wakes you up first thing in the morning.
I'll get up, wash my face a little bit, and
Still a little bit kind of bloated and uncomfortable from all the lentils the previous night. That was a lot of lentils.
do I get gassy any?
That's up to you. You can make the call on that.
It's too early into the campaign to get fart jokes.
Never too early.
Never too early.
That's why I
say
took
too
the
late.
cot by the window. Nice breeze blowing towards Omar.
But yeah, I will put myself together and make my way downstairs and wait for the rest of the group.
As you walk down, the innkeeper looks up. Oh, need some more sausage and lentils for breakfast?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
We have some
I'm
left
still
over
quite-
from last night. If you want to, you like. I saw how much you enjoyed those. I set some aside for you.
I'll have a little.
Coming right up.
We can never come back to this town again.
The rest of you eventually awaking in the morning, and unless there's any conversation or anything you want to accomplish, or anything you want to go through the motions of or state, we'll assume you make your way downstairs. But if you do, jump in.
Talon does kind of probably takes a little longer than everyone else, just for the fact of fucking Rapunzel here. I'm basically Rapunzel here, so it takes him a while to get his hair all the way up into like this kind of like man bun. So it's just like folding over his hair a bunch of times into it before like putting on everything and sorting himself out and going downstairs.
When Edry arrives from out of the area, you notice that he'll have a bunch more like pouches on him, and he has a hilt sticking underneath one of the belts, or in front of the belt, and then he'll also have a side hilt which has a short sword in it, which is a lot more visible than the other one. Clearly ready to be in more of a conflict than he was yesterday.
Okay, so getting a little more intimidating this time around. Getting more in adventuring gear. Anything with Theodore and Omar?
Yeah, when I get up, I'm a little wet because the window was open, and I thought, well, I don't want it to be completely closed because I don't want it to be a sealed room with Omar and I in it. So my hair and like shoulder and everything is a little wet. And as I walk past Omar to get my clothing and my cloak and everything, I just not a word. He's just wiping the side of his head and all the water.
Omar is enjoying himself.
Just make our way downstairs after that.
Eventually, everyone getting back together. The inn is fairly empty this time of morning. Most of the group from last night have moved on, went home. The only one in the room, aside from you all, is human. He's sitting at one of the tables, currently eating what look like some scrambled eggs, some coffee.
He's eating his coffee?
I mean,
Oh,
depending on
God.
how long it's been sitting out. But he's
Some
Got
presser.
a nice crunch to it.
he's
Cup
having
and
some
all.
breakfast in one of the tables. But there are a couple empty ones as well, as you kind of file in and you can kind of meet together with your own group if you so desire. Oh, the rest of you. Sorry to say that your little friend there is taking the rest of the lentil stew, but we've got some regular breakfast if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Aye, thank
Sounds
you.
Great, thank you.
That's what
All
I
right, some eggs,
Bacon.
For me, anyway.
bacon,
yeah. Just eggs.
just eggs. All right. Coffee, juice,
Yes, I'd like a black
whiskey.
coffee. Just coffee.
I-
You know, actually, I'll have some more beer for the.
I'd
for
love a
beer, you know.
whiskey.
It's
It's just-
6:30.
There's just a look
Okay.
on Theo's
Nice.
face of like horror at whiskey and beer. Can I have some juice, please?
Coming right up.
Well, I mean, it's a classic morning drink, beer. You know?
It's 6:30. How do you people?
Nothing bad
I
about
mean,
it.
I'm not gonna get drunk off of a beer. I mean,
Aye.
the one
It's-
there
it's-
is
it's
down
the
in
principle
whiskey,
of it.
but
Aye, we'll be fine. Don't worry about us.
beer is definitely a breakfast drink. I'm just saying.
Well,
And
this is
honestly,
gonna-
a dram of whiskey is not gonna do anything to you.
Have been on multiple cruises in the Caribbean, can confirm.
It's just turn to Theo. It's too late to find other people, right?
I mean, other than that guy over there, I think this is it.
Right.
Does the guy that's
Yeah,
there, is he
he's
just an
kinda
older?
he's kind of like looking up. He's a fairly kind of large, kind of bit heavy set, sitting there, kind of watching you all.
No.
I mean, it could go. Could it be worse?
No, it could. We could have that. Let's just work with what we have, alright?
I'm pretty sure he's staring. Don't stare back.
I stare back.
He kind of gets up.
Talon like also is kind of like looking, being like, what are you looking at?
You're an interesting bunch.
Right.
Same could go to you, friend.
Thank you.
Look what you did.
He was looking anyway.
You invited him with your eyes.
You new dock workers?
No,
No.
we're just
No?
passing through.
What's this about, dock workers?
I was wondering if that's where you are. If you are, you ain't at work.
No, we're not.
Oh,
We're not
no.
doctors. We're here.
Slackers.
I guess now we're here for some bandits.
What about me looks like I work at a dock?
He's not sound of mind.
He doesn't assume. I guess. I don't know.
You want to work at the dock? The workers ain't showing up.
No, thank you. We're here to. What is the plan with the bandits? What's our plan for today?
Well, where do the
Y'all are
workers come from?
bandits.
No.
No.
We're looking for
Taking
bandits.
care
We're
of
looking
it.
for bandits. Taking care of bandits.
Aye, we've heard of some trouble in the town, so
If
we're
you ask
gonna
me,
sort it out.
they just need
We're
a
not
good,
taking care of them
good
like
arrow
right
shot
now.
straight through the head.
Okay,
Sorry,
I'm
who
sure we
got
can handle
shot?
that.
Wait, what?
They've been ransacking travelers the road now for 2 months. That worthless constable ain't done nothing about it.
Which road?
Well, I mean, that's kind of weird, but
The main one up toward the pointy-eared place.
Pointy-eared place.
Waste Ira.
Was there?
yeah, he's talking about elves.
I see.
All right. Well, we have a location.
See, I do everything for a reason.
I'm pretty sure I asked the question that time. Although I guess I'm learning from you.
Just kind of curious. Do you know any reason why the dock workers are not showing up today?
I don't know. You hired them. You're supposed to start. They just
Maybe
didn't
it's
show up.
because- Maybe it's
Oh, right,
'cause
okay.
you're
So
not
why are you
there.
here?
Yeah.
Looking for
I
them.
mean,
Aye,
oh.
looking for him
Were
sitting
you
in
not
the
just eating
tavern.
something?
Well, I thought I'd go get me some breakfast in the process.
Yes, that's fair.
Are you working then?
Right.
Sure.
I'm the foreman. I'm always working.
For what's name?
Foreman.
Nate
Yeah,
Foreman.
your
That's
name
name?
is Foreman.
What's my last name? And my job.
Born for it.
You might say that.
Practical. Alright. Shall we head on
Alright.
to the god after breakfast? Or the
Yeah. Where can we find this?
You find the gods at the temples.
god?
Where can we find this this useless constable, as you say?
Well, he's probably in the town master's office, sitting there snoozing.
Thank
I mean,
you
it's
very much.
kind of early morning. I don't think that's quite that long. I mean, I can lead you guys if you wanted. That's just down the
Yes,
street that way. So,
That'd be helpful, yes.
Appreciate it.
right, follow me.
Goodbye,
I'll
Foreman.
Lead them out
Nice meeting
We'll
you.
see ya.
towards-
Hope you find the missing Eustace.
No, they're fired at this point.
They're probably dead.
Cheery
That's-
fella.
They can suit
What was that?
themselves.
Playing hooky? They could be playing hooky. Not
Maybe
everybody
maybe they're just
dies.
drunk.
Maybe
This
there's
is-
bandits in the area.
Maybe they're ill. No, sick day.
It'll probably be fine.
As you
anyway,
leave
let's go find
the group out of the inn. Would you like some more lentil stew if you'll be staying another night, or should I change up the menu?
Let's hurry up.
Well, I mean, well, again,
I will try
Too
to.
polite
I
to
will
say no.
actually. I will try to because I am a halfling. I will try
Yes.
to hide amongst the rest of the group.
Roll a stealth check.
He's literally
That
too
is a
polite to
21.
just say no.
21. So just disappearing in the space of like talent. You are not seen as you subtly walk out the door.
Don't move a muscle.
if I can't see them, they can't see me.
It's not too far to get to where the town master's office is. It's a block away. You're kind of in the town square right now. There's merchants, general stores. The inn is there. The dusty streets from yesterday are now kind of muddy. You try to, if you stay on the kind of the board sidewalks, you can stay out of it for the most part. But eventually, you do have to cross over kind of a gap in the streets, and there's kind of sloshing mud through that gap. As you keep walking forward past that, the town master's office sits on the next block. It's a sturdy building, made from kind of square-cut stones. Has a pitched wooden roof with a bell tower that rises up at the back of it. The front doors are heavy wooden doors that are barred with iron. Currently they stay closed, though the windows are open, allowing some air to flow in.
Alright, here it is.
As you walk up toward the front door, what are y'all's passive perceptions, by the way? I don't have that right in front of me.
13.
14.
21.
One. Okay. So Omar, you hear this as you approach the front door. You hear,
Yes. He's deeply asleep right now. I take my quarterstaff and I just whack on the door, like knock on the door.
the snoring stops.
Hello?
The door's open.
Enter.
Seated at one of the desks, this area kind of has a few different wings to it in this front room, but one of the desks is over next to a stairway that seems to go down into perhaps a cellar. Is a human, kind of a scruffy beard. He wears a blue uniform, but it is quite wrinkled, kind of gold buttons lined it on both sides, and a badge in the shape of a star is also part of the uniform. It doesn't look like it's been pressed in weeks, or washed for that matter. What can I do for you?
Theodore, why don't you take charge here?
Why would I do your job?
Well, you need experience, do you not?
Yeah, I'm an observer.
You all have business here.
Yes, we're looking for information on these bandits that have been raiding people.
The bandits.
Yes.
Oh,
Hi.
you capture him? We got a reward out for that.
Oh, how much is that?
Did you capture him?
Well, do we intend to?
If you can manage to, well, don't care so much about the individuals. If you bring in the leader of them, it's worth a total of 4 gold pieces.
Okay.
Does it matter if he's dead or alive?
Important information.
Well, we'd prefer that she be brought in alive.
She?
She.
Would it be possible for us to get 6 gold because there are 6 of us?
It's a 50% increase.
Come on.
Just call it hazard pay because bandits.
Make a persuasion
Putting us in a
check.
dangerous situation.
Oh, I'm great at persuasion. Oh, actually, I'm not too terrible.
Come on.
15 plus 3, 18.
It's not bad.
How about we do 5 gold? if she's alive, and if you bring in the rest of the gang with her.
All alive?
How big is this gang?
Well, best we can tell, it's her and 4 other members.
Oh, that was actually not that bad. I thought it was more.
I mean, if we did a gold per member plus 2 gold for the leader, that comes out to 6.
Yeah, well, he kind of gets his
Aye.
finger down. So it be. 6 gold if you bring them all in.
Well,
Talon kind of like elbows, like Theo, just like, nice going.
I was wrong. You are very skilled.
Let's have this conversation right in front of the constable. You picked these
Alright.
people.
Is that all you need?
Any information on their whereabouts or?
What can you tell us? Anything would be useful.
I've have the deputies trying to keep an eye on the roads into town, but we don't much patrol once you get out past the outskirts. Most of the time, if there's report of a hit, it's up into the north, though. One of the times we tried to stake it out and wait up there, they hit the south. They're smart.
Do they target anyone in particular, or is it any travelers?
The best of we can tell is if you look like you got money or goods, they'll be coming forward. I'm surprised that you 2 strangers made it in. You're dressed awful fancy.
Oh, we can't do the port, so.
He's pretty good at keeping a lookout for us.
Well, more power
Do
to
have
you.
any manacles that we
And-
could use?
Oh yeah.
You know, we have to bring them in and all that, so you have to keep them restrained.
What'd you say?
Manacles. Do you have any manacles we could use?
Suppose put down a deposit on them. These things ain't cheap. Get it back when you bring back the manacles and the prisoners.
Naturally.
Alright, how much is the deposit?
Gold piece.
Total?
Yeah. That'd be good for 6 sets. Extra one in case there's more members.
Alright.
Alright.
And don't lose this. This is the only key.
Alright. Do you not think you should go to like a metalsmith or something to get another one?
I know that
Yeah, make
You think money
duplicates.
grows on trees?
That's
True.
actually fair.
No, it grows in vines.
Talon will take the key,
If you haven't worked
put it
yet.
in one of his pockets.
A lot of places barter, so I guess in some sense of the word, it does. Depends on what you barter with. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, if you lose this, there ain't no deposit coming back for you.
Right.
We'll return them, don't worry.
And last question I have: would they attack a group of 6, or do they usually?
I don't know. I ain't traveling in a group.
It's
Well,
a
enough
fair point,
reports?
Omar. I mean, we could work this out on the road, I think.
Keep in mind that she's smart. And if y'all are carrying a sword like that, they probably know better than to try to head on assault.
Alright, makes sense. Alright,
Be
thank you for
careful
your
with it.
time. I believe we have what we need to do some investigating, so, adieu. I'll leave.
Right, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
We'll make sure to bring them back alive.
I'm gonna hand 3 of the manacles over to Marcus.
Nice. Thanks.
I mean, I can't put them all on myself, so or all on them. You know what I meant.
I mean, ideally, wouldn't you give them to other people too?
I mean, no offense to you, but we need.
I'm
one
not
that's,
interested in a
like,
pair.
Stronger and
I was thinking maybe this gentleman here. He'll give a nod
Alright,
to Talon.
well, I'll have 5 of
Hey.
them. I'll have 2. He has 3. Take from him.
Marcus, give me what?
I'll throw Omar one.
I'll take one of them. Everything you two take two.
Alright.
Then we'll have one.
Who here amongst you is ranged attacker?
I'll be me.
I can shoot a bit, and I gesture to inside my bag. I have a little crossbow with me.
I gesture to
I-
the bow on his back.
I've got a couple hand axes, but I doubt I'm as handy as them.
Alright. I mean, I'd like to set up a bait, but if it were me, Marcus, and Audrey to go up, I don't think they would take us on.
So, you could,
So,
are you saying you want to go by yourself?
I think he's suggesting
I'm
somebody
not-
a little less
Yeah,
intimidating, and I'm just gonna look at Willigan.
I think.
But
are we really planning bait?
Well, if
He
you
doesn't have to
guys-
be by himself.
Yes, if you. Well,
please, someone else.
William.
I feel like
Yeah,
a single
I-
person by themselves seems a bit too suspicious
Well,
if they
that
think there's a
was
trap,
never
which
a
it is.
plan. It's just I don't think all three of us who stick around melee should be in the front line together because I don't know.
You
if they
don't
would
want
take
people that fight close combat to be in close combat.
Well, for the baiting purposes, I'm not sure if they would take on a fight with this man who apparently broke someone's arm in an arm wrestling
I
competition.
mean, it was an accident. It was
Aye, but
someone
do they know that?
Walking back along the kind of wooden boardwalk where you're standing out front is someone else dressed in the same type of uniform as the constable. This one much better shape, pressed, and the seams just sharp, wearing the same kind of golden badge. A human, looks to be fairly young, maybe early 20s. He has short black hair that's kind of pushed over to the side. Couldn't help but
Officer?
over here. You're going after the Jackdaw gang.
The Jackdaw King.
Jackdaw.
I guess we are. Yes.
Well, be careful. They're quite dangerous.
I mean,
Yes,
that's probably why we're going after them then.
Well, I would assume so. Just be very careful. They're not ones to take interference lightly.
Right.
Right.
Do you have any other
Why not?
advice on taking them on?
Well, depends on what your plan is. Where are you planning on staking out?
The road on the way to Westera.
Oh,
Westera.
up to the north.
Why Stara, yeah.
That's
Just one person.
probably a smart option. Most of their attacks seem to have been on travelers up to the north. We've tried once or twice to set out and take them, but they're crafty.
Oh, we've heard.
How many people have tried before?
Well, the constable and us deputies set out and camped it, and well, they avoided us like the plague.
Fair.
Curious, were you wearing your uniform?
Well, we were, but it was nighttime. They couldn't have seen us, surely.
I'd like to just look around to make sure nobody's listening into this conversation.
Make a perception check.
Alright. 21.
21.
Love the thud.
As you
It's pretty
have a
great.
massive D20. As you kind of have a look around, show the camera. As you have a look around, there are various townspeople who are going about their business, but none of them seem to be stopping and listening or paying you all any more than just a cursory glance.
Forgive me. Are you a new guard around here? Your clothes seem a lot less worn than the previous constable
Oh.
that we spoke to.
Well, I just feel like looks are important. Gotta have a professional image.
That's quite
Quite right.
I suppose.
Been at it for
Yes.
just over a year.
What's your name?
Breddick.
Riddick.
And you?
Talon. Talon Gilsmore.
I'm
Talon.
Wilgan.
Wilgan.
Hi.
Oh, nice to meet you all. He kind of gives a glance toward Omar and Theodore. What brings you all to town?
I Fairs.
That is the most appropriate word.
Interesting. Yes, I think you'll hopefully have some good success with this. The leader of it doesn't usually accompany the gang on these raids, at least from what we can tell. Most of the hits seem to be three of the members.
All right. It's handy to know.
Where do you think their headquarters is? Because I assume the leader would be there.
Haven't been able to tell.
Do you have a map, Omar? Do you have a map?
Of no.
This
No, I
area?
do not. I
This
don't
is-
have a map of this area. That would cost money.
Just not trying to be any big.
Anyway, I've got business with the constable.
All right.
If you don't
Thank you very
mind.
much.
All right.
Oh yeah, not a problem. Good luck. You setting up tonight?
Maybe. Yes.
Probably gonna scout it out a little bit, just know what we're working with.
Now?
Smart.
Yes.
All right.
Anyway,
Good
good
day
luck
to
with
y'all.
Constable.
All right, good day.
All right. Good day.
Good day.
He goes in and the door closes behind him.
He is so weird.
What?
What do you mean?
I mean,
And I would say, Omar, with your superb listening skills, you hear a yeah, Uncle Gar. I think they might be able to finally track him down.
Puffs up his chest a little.
Oh,
but as I was saying, is that look, he's not. He just I don't know. He boasts. He has this really like flat.
He's clean.
I mean, it's.
I
But it's
suppose
like
that is quite odd
over-clean,
for this
right?
town to be clean.
No, it's just simply called being dignified.
aye.
Regardless,
I mean, some people can take passion in their jobs.
I mean,
It's not a crime.
yes.
It's a bit extreme though, isn't it? Whatever.
Frankly, from where I'm from, if your clothes are completely clean, then you haven't done any work yet. So
What he said.
Where I'm from, doing work doesn't necessarily entail getting dirty. Well,
I'm sure a guard gets a bit dirty sometimes.
Again, Thea,
Sometimes.
what do you exactly do?
Aye.
Not this again.
He works smart, not hard. That's
yes,
all I can say.
I'm a big proponent of working smarter.
You're pretty secretive about this.
It's not a secret. It's everything.
So you don't know
Everything
what
has
you're
its
doing.
time. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm
Alright, fair.
accompanying Omar.
Fair. I'm not
He
gonna
likes a
question
big
it anymore.
reveal.
Alright, fine.
And
Let's
as
go.
you all set out your plans to go and stake out the road and come up with a place to intercept or maybe find the bandit group, we're going to take a short break. So we'll be back in just a few
Yay.
minutes.
Awesome.
And we are back, having downed another Red Bull, not sponsored by Red Bull, but could be sponsored by Red Bull if Red Bull would reach out, because I love Red Bull.
Red Bull, please sponsor
He
us.
does. He does.
We are all back at it. Oh yeah, multiple per day, unfortunately. Probably not a good thing. I'll probably die. But no,
You
we
have
are
10
back.
years to live.
So the
Have
group,
faith in your death saves.
make all those con saves. So the group, kind of leaving the front of the constable's office, having talked to him and to one of the deputies. You're not too far from the main town square, about a block from it. The main road that goes through town is fairly wide, and it goes down from the south, up past what were considered docks. Docks in this town. Mostly fishing boats. Both Theodore and Omar, also Wilgan, arriving kind of from those docks. Most of the boats in this area, not large ocean-going vessels, as the ocean really is an unexplored place in this time period in which the campaign's happening. There's the main continents and the main places, but distant exploration hasn't happened. Most of the ships are very small, coastal-type vessels. The main road goes to the north and kind of snakes around along the coast all the way up to Westhyra. That is controlled by the elves. It's a few hundred miles to the north, so it's quite a distance, but that is the next landmass moving in that direction. But you find yourself alongside the muddy streets in town, a couple buildings down from the constable's office, passing the general store, blacksmiths, tailor shops. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Right, so that way is out to Australia. If we wanted to go there, that's what we were talking about before. But as Umar was saying, probably not everybody should go at the same time if we're trying to do a
Aye.
trapped kind of thing.
Continue.
What if we could convince somebody to let us use a wagon, and then we put these big fellers in the wagon? Then they wouldn't be visible.
I think that would cost us quite dearly.
Well,
Yeah.
they might be willing to let us use it if it's in the interest of the greater good. We're trying to stop bandits. We're opening up the roads. Perhaps one of the traders here would appreciate that enough to.
Might just
Well-
work, honestly.
I
Horrible idea.
simply do not believe in the greater good of mankind. I do not believe that's something that they would do.
Well, I mean-
However, I think if somebody wishes to travel this road, we could ask to act as bodyguards.
And hide in the wagon.
Yes, and use them kind of as bait.
Oh, okay. So you want to do my plan just with different words.
Exactly, because different words, they work differently.
Alright.
So the plan is to wait here till we see someone trying to leave.
Well,
That
I
could
thought we
take
were
a
going to
while.
ask one of the traders here. There's stores here, right?
I mean, yeah.
Aye.
Yes, yeah.
Honestly, no harm in asking.
Well, is there
I like
anybody-
this
I
guy.
don't-
He's agreeable.
I don't suppose that there's just randomly somebody here with a cart who wants to go by, is there?
There is a cart going by, but doesn't look like necessarily the type of cart that you were looking for. As you look up, there's a cart drawn by two horses, with a large kind of carriage behind it. Windows, curtains in front of it. A sign hangs on the side that says, "Miracle elixirs, wondrous potions, vials of healing. Let Dr. Bronwyn fix what ails you." There's music playing as the turning of the wheels of the cart move, almost like a music player with dots and different little metal parts that go out, almost like a music box playing as it wheels into town.
So this is like a potion ice cream stand. Ice cream van.
It's a
He's coming into town?
He's kind of wheeling up the wheels of the cart, kind of having mud on them from the muddy streets. And he kind of, you see him a couple blocks down, pulling up and kind of parking at the town square, stepping up and kind of talking into a horn. You see wearing kind of flashy, kind of dark purple with gold trim. "Ladies and gentlemen, step up! We have anything to cure what ails you. Are you tired in the mornings? Do you not get your sleep? Do you have that festering wound? Well, step up and let the good doctor fix you up. Townspeople are starting to gather around.
I think we should go check that out. That would be pretty cool.
Aye.
I guess
Sounds interesting.
potions and healing items would be.
Adri doesn't even wait for everybody to agree. He just
And a
goes.
cart.
And a cart.
They gotta get conned. I mean,
I,
alright,
it's okay. It's his gold, not ours.
that's why I'm not saying anything to him.
As you're kind of approaching Adri, I need to fix a slight technical issue on the stream. Give me 1 second, because those are going to happen.
Andrew, if you don't mind, could you give me just a small boost?
There we go.
I can see all of people.
So
Back
as you approach, a crowd has already started kind of gathering around. You hear, "Oh yes, ma'am, that'll make you feel completely better. The gum extract of the poppy plant. Just chew one of these every morning, and that tiredness will go right away. Yes, that'll be a gold piece. Yes, that 2 gold from." And the townspeople are eating it up. Everybody's excited, and after a few minutes, Adri, you finally get close enough to see that, kind of wearing this purple and gold jacket, standing up on his stand, brightly polished, kind of brown leather shoes. He looks up. Hey,
you said something.
hello there. Oh, you look like a big, strong fellow. What can I do for you? A bad back, perhaps?
I'm alright for that. I've gotten cuts before, like big ones. You said you had something to seal cuts or fix wounds?
Well, of course I do. I have something to fix anything that ails you. One of the biggest detriments is those cuts. They start wearing away and eating at the flesh. From parts unknown, I've seen wounds that fester and grow. But I have just the cure.
Alright, I'm listening. You know exactly what I'm looking for.
I do, of course. I look in and see what you need. I see that while your back may be strong, your cuts are weak. 5 silver pieces is all it'll take for this miracle cure.
Oh, I mean, I'll have a gold. Do you have some change?
Of course I do.
Alright, I'll give him a gold.
5 silver.
Does this guy seem like what he's kind of been like selling to people? Does he seem genuine?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Could I take a quick glance at the sort of things as he's handing out to people? Because you mentioned like a gum.
You can, but we'll do this
That's
in
a
order.
12.
A 12? Hard to tell.
Hmm.
What he hands you is a glass vial that appears to be filled with water, and kind of moving in it are what look to be leeches. Apply directly to the cut. They'll eat up any of the flesh that's rotten and leave you for your strong body to heal.
Has this been tested?
Oh, of course it has! A tried and tested cure, found all the way in the South Shores as I traveled Barbaria.
Alright, okay. He puts it in his pouch.
You! I see you looking back behind the counter there, little one. Oh, I thought you were a child, but no. Not with that beard. What can I do for you?
I was just looking around at the different sorts of reagents you use.
Yes. I have many, many cures from all over the world.
I'm a bit of a herbalist myself. Do you have any supplies that I could take for use on the road?
Well, of course I can sell you some supplies. What are you looking to accomplish?
Just general healing things I can make into general healing salves and.
You want to make your own salves? No, mine come
like
pre-mixed
blue
and
root or,
pre-prepared. My elixirs of health. But I can sell you an elixir.
No, thanks. I'm quite actually. What kind of elixir?
Well, I can see around that beard your skin is becoming dry. I have a cream that can make you as radiant and as soft as the day you were born.
I don't think I'm fine with my skin how it is.
Well, suit yourself.
Do you have any blue root, any thorny flower? Do you have any allspice, anything like that, that I could take a look at?
Well, I'm fresh out of Blue Hurt, I'm afraid. I do have an elixir of hair growth if you want that beard to be even fuller.
No, thanks. I'm doing quite well. Just I'll take my leave. Do I recognize any of the things that any of the
So make
is that my
make an investigation check as you're there, and you're just kind of like having a look at things.
investigation? Okay. Well, 7.
7. The only things that really catch your eye, and it's kind of a difficult perspective, is he's standing up on a pedestal and you're trying to look up through the window and see what's in there. You do see some jars of what look like a liquid, almost like a liquid metal, that are resting within the jars. You see others that have kind of suspended in them different pieces preserved of maybe different animals' organs and different parts that are in jars. There's a lot of weird stuff in this cart.
I don't know how any of this can be made into medicines. But I'll wait for my friend to finish up his business, and then I'll leave with him.
All right.
Did the cart come in from the south?
It
or
came
the
in from the
north?
south.
Okay, perfect. Albar, perhaps if this individual is continuing northward, we could let him know, there are bandit threats on the road. Also, is there anybody else, DM, anybody else associated with the cart, or was it just
It
him
just
that we
seems
saw
to
get
be
out?
him.
Okay.
He's kind of standing on a pedestal and like handing out these things. And there's, like I said, a crowd of people that are eagerly handing him coin and money. Oh yes, sir. This will fix up that bad back of yours. After about a week's worth of doses, that'll be 3 gold pieces. He's handing him
No.
more of this kind of chunk of this
He's,
goopy paste.
He's raking in a
Knowing-
lot of dough. He's going to want that protected on his journey north.
Knowing about medicine and all that kind of stuff, would I be able to kind of discern from like what he's giving people,
So I'm
like
gonna- I'll
if
say-
it would help or whether it wouldn't, or
So I'll say make a perception check to see how much you can actually see of what is actually being handed out here. Because if you got a
okay.
crowd of people and some of the things he's saying that sort of makes sense. Some of it's
19.
19. That's pretty good. So you're able to get a good look at some of the things being handed out. One of his go-tos seems to be this kind of gummy, sticky brown substance that he keeps handing out. Several times has called it poppy extract. You also see a couple other things that are pretty commonly handed out. One is what looks like a cream made from some of that liquid metal that's supposedly good for the complexion. Leeches and maggots are both being handed out. And all of it does, in your experience, have some medical use, though a bit dubious on how effective it may be.
Okay, so it's kind of like pseudo.
Very much so.
It's hydroxychloroquine.
Okay, so okay. Damn.
I'll try to approach him.
Hello
do
there,
you-
sir. You look
Right,
like one
yeah.
who could use a cure. You look like you're stressed.
You're not wrong.
Well, of course
so
I'm not.
Do you have any bandit repellent?
I'm sorry?
Bandit repellent, and any salve for that? I'm sure you have. You have
To
salve for
repel
everything.
bandits, I have just the
Yes.
thing. I have some
Yes.
mouse paste.
Right.
Uh,
You might need it for yourself because along the course you're headed, there are bandits up the road, and I'm not sure you'd like to lose all this
Bandits.
coin you're.
Isn't
making
it wrong?
here.
Make a persuasion check.
Crap! I forgot that I'm bad at that.
You're not damn me this time.
I rolled a 16 minus 1, so 15.
Bandits, you say?
Yes, I did just say that.
What dastardly foes would go and assault a doctor?
What,
Maybe.
once a lot of
Bandits?
Yeah,
What?
They
bandits.
could get healing medicine for themselves.
That's unfortunate.
Seems like-
Hopefully I'm safe here in town. I plan to be here for at least a few days. Where did you say these bandits are?
Oh, they raid the town too,
The
just from
town.
over his shoulder.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'll have to make sure to keep watch. You all look strong. Perhaps I could pay you to keep watch of my supplies.
You
What
could, but we're
nice.
headed north.
Aye.
Well, if you want to wait a few days, I'll be moving on to the north. I have to acquire more supplies from the traditional medicine men of the elves.
That has.
see.
Yeah.
I suppose we could guard your stuff with some coin, sure. I mean, you seem to, have it in spades. So yes.
Well, I always try to tell people that coin is the least of the worries, but they insist on paying for the services, and it does help to resupply.
Oh right, I'm sure,
I
of
see.
course.
Yes, ma'am, I'll be right with you. I'm sorry, I have other customers here at the
Right.
moment,
Well,
but if you want to come
well,
back
sorry about
around
it.
evening and set up a perimeter, it'd be very much appreciated.
Right, we will
Alright.
make sure to come back, good doctor.
Just into Omar's ear, you forgot to negotiate the fee.
Later, when there aren't so many people around. Yeah.
As you guys are looking around, Andrew's just outside of the big group, just staring at the bottle of water with the leeches, just holding it up.
Andrew, could I take a look at that? I'm not going to open it or anything. I'm just quite new here, and I'm not well versed in this place's medical procedures.
If you steal it, you're dead. I'm just letting
I'm
you know.
just- Thanks. I
Hand it
think,
over.
and I'll take a look at it. I'll shake it around a bit. I'll try to sketch one of the. I'll pull out a notebook and I'll try to sketch one of the little leeches down in there. Try to see how they move and stuff.
Okay.
Interesting. What exactly did he want you to do with these things?
If I had a cut, I would put them on the cut, and then the cut would heal.
Like, do you just lay them? They're quite long. Do you just lay them across like this, or?
Well, I think the idea was
I'm gonna check for a label on like the on the
No
bottom.
labels or anything.
I think the idea was that they eat a little bit of it, and then
They eat the cut. What?
Well, look, so like the cut is not going away because the cut. Oh, he's a medicine man. I'll believe. Yeah.
I've not seen. I guess this is what I came here for, is to find new different things. But all right, and I'll hand it back.
I'm not. Again.
Hopefully you never have to use it. I suppose.
Yeah, hopefully never. Put it back. Actually, no, he won't put it back in the pouch. He'll pick it back up and start staring again.
How big are these? How big are these leeches, by the way?
Each one is about 2.5 to 3 inches in length.
Oh.
That's
You have 4 of them.
Well, now we have some sort of lead for the bandits. We know what to do, and we get a bit of extra gold.
We just act as security for
what's
a
happening?
day. We're gonna help this guy secure his wagon for like a day or two, and then he's gonna take us north in his wagon, and that'll help us get the bandits.
Aye. Well, I mean, we've got he said to come back in the evening, didn't he? So we
I mean, I'll have to.
can go and scout for now.
I'll have to. I mean, it's not every day that I have to do work on the farm, but I would say sooner is better than later for things.
You were planning on going after bandits with us.
Yeah.
Aye.
I mean, I don't do that much work anymore, but like, I still need to keep up with my farm. Well, not my farm, it's not my farm. I always say my farm because I work there, but it's not my farm. I'm not rich.
I feel like you could make more coin doing this.
Aye.
gold is quite a decent amount of money. Actually, someone paid a gold for something just earlier. I wonder who that was. How they had that much. Doesn't matter.
I mean, I'll pay the gold for all the manacles. You just don't need to.
Aye, but that was a deposit.
This deposit, we're getting that back.
And manacles are kind of expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so
What are we doing?
lunch, and then wagon watching.
Lunch, wagon watching, then.
That
I
seems
suppose
like
we have some time. Is there anything to do here? Are there any...
I mean, if we want to go scout out for now, to see what we're dealing with. And then we come back and
Scout out
do
where?
things
Scout
properly.
out to the north?
How far would we make it in just a couple hours? We have to come back.
We don't have to go very far.
You know,
Just-
I'm not
We
necessarily
raid the town.
Let's just go
Brightest.
just outside the town. Maybe like this
Aye.
start of the forest outside the town. See what's around there.
All right.
How-
I guess we'll just follow you.
How
then.
far out of the town? Like, can we see the forest from the town?
From this part of the town, no. You're kind of near the town center. There's a lot of buildings around. But as you make your way up the muddy streets to the north, kind of sloshing through it, as the road leaves, it's not forested. But there are a lot of trees around near just the outskirts of the town. And as it goes deeper, there is a forest off in the distance.
About how far away?
Best you can tell, a few miles.
Oh, okay. We can do that. Time of day, it's still early, like very early.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just scout out, see if there's any remnants of bandits, like you were suggesting, on the early parts of the
Mhm.
forest.
I'm just saying,
Probably
if
for the
they're
best.
there and they see us and they run away, then they know that we're trying to look for them, and it could be bad.
Aye, but they're still no gonna.
Why don't we
expect
just
a
walk
wagon.
out there talking
walk-
about how, hey, we should see if there's any deer in the forest for us to hunt, so that we could save some coin while we're staying in this town for a few days. Just
I
be
mean,
locally deceptive. I learned that from Omar.
I do hunt.
I think you two could play off as being fairly aristocratic and
Pay off.
Oh gosh.
Alright, I'm looking for the deer.
If we could...
Got it.
I mean, if you're good at hunting, that honestly is not a bad idea. I would like to keep some coin on me. I'd rather not.
I mean,
hunt
we
deer.
could actually just hunt.
Yes.
Honestly, I've hunted
It's-
quite a bit. It's
it's
kind
not
of
a bad
what I
idea.
do.
I've done a bit myself.
I didn't mind.
All right. Well,
Uh,
you act as the hunting guides, and we'll scout out the nearby forest.
All right,
No, yes.
sounds like a good plan.
So,
I am getting really good at this.
Who's running the hunting guard? I'm just like there's more.
I'm a
Hmm.
hunter, so
Yes.
You could play the role of yourself.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. I feel like that's
good job, buddy.
Oh, right. Yeah, because I'm desirable, is what you're saying.
Hi. Hi.
yeah, after a couple
Yeah,
hours
let's
of
go.
walking,
Go on.
you manage to make it out of the town and just to the outskirts of the forest. That some of you have been in forests around or have spent time hunting or working through them. It's peaceful. Nice. The road kind of snakes through along the coast. You still every once in a while hear the sound of a wave crashing against it, but it's far below the rocky shore. Do you veer off the road, or are you staying pretty much to the road?
just very vocally. I say, well, so where would we find deer?
Well, if we're not gonna find any on the road, so if you wanna kind of maybe veer off, we'll find some in.
So how do you
Why
track
see
deer?
any deer?
Well, first thing about tracking deer, you want to be very quiet.
Oh,
Yeah, you want to be very quiet because they're quite easy to scamper off. So normally, kind of look for tracks, and we want to just try and.
I'll look around for tracks.
So, I would say, Talon, as you're taking the lead in this, make a survival check.
Okay, because it's a forest, and I'm good at hunting beasts.
You can have advantage.
Yes, thank
I
you.
think favorite thing to track beasts, you get double proficiency or something like
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything.
It's well, forest is double proficiency,
Got
and then the beast is
because
advantage.
yeah, so yeah, both of those things. You're good at
That
this.
is
Much
So that would
closely,
be
a ranger gets to use their
one.
stuff.
26.
20 at level 1.
Not only did she find deer, she found their entire herd.
She found all
I
the
found
deer.
all
So
of them.
despite the noisiness of your traveling companions tromping through the woods, you're able to pick up a trail. And following that trail and tracking silently through the woods like the expert that you are. You kind of wait. You point up ahead as a mother doe and her fawn are currently standing up against some brush.
See,
There's a deer.
I just want to keep an eye out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I elbow
Yeah.
Omar and then
Yeah.
just do like wide eyes left and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Talon's just gonna be like,
It, or...
no, no. We wanna take it out cleanly, very quiet. T like takes the bow slowly, grabs it and puts that arrow in, just very precise about his movements, and then fires off a shot towards the deer.
Make an attack roll at advantage.
Oh,
Okay.
Nah, what?
We have to be 2 nat ones, wouldn't it?
Double nat ones, you shot William.
That's a 24 to hit.
24. Expertly. The arrow goes through the air. Clean shot just behind the shoulder. The deer drops. Bambi's mom is dead.
Aw. Is the baby?
I was the
is there
killer.
like
The
a
baby
fawn?
runs off.
Mother.
You got it. Let's go get it. That's what we're here for.
Keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I'm still like looking for
Yeah.
things that around us that look like they're not animals
So
breaking
I'll say-
branches,
Yeah,
and
being
stuff like
careful.
You
that.
can do perception or investigation, your choice.
I'm 100% doing investigation.
Willigan's fully invested in this. He doesn't.
And as you and Omar are both kind of doing this, I would say roll this with advantage.
Yes. Okay, the first one is a 19 plus 7. That's a 26.
Wow.
And the
These
second
rolls-
one's an 18 plus 7. So
We're
26.
level 1, right?
Damn.
That's
We're
that's
level
where we
1.
are.
I'm really good at investigation.
Really well.
These are
Expertise.
so these are the kind
you
of
were
rolls
wondering what
we've-
I bring to the table.
So these are the kind of rolls we've been getting on our non-streamed game with a level 14 party.
I was rolling 30s. Come on, give me some credit.
But having a good look around, there are some tracks that do not seem to be made from deer. Human boot prints that are, well, somewhat faded because of the rainstorm, but are still there enough. And as you kind of look around, beneath some leaves is the remnants of where maybe a campfire had been built.
Yeah, I would immediately point that out to Obar. Just like, Obar.
So the tracks are heading. Talon. What direction from the road are we? Are we northwest? Are we southwest from the road? From
Say
the
that
entrance of the forest. From the entrance of the forest, are we northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast? In what direction did we go? To
You went
find
off the. You all are to the east of the road. The coast is on the west, and you're heading north.
And then this camp and the footprints from the road is going further east, or
Well, the
north?
footprints are not going any particular direction. They're just in the area. It looks like a camp perhaps had been set up here, or at least an area where people had spent some time either in wait or taking shelter.
Does it look abandoned or?
Well, yeah, it's kind of beneath leaves. It's
Okay.
nobody had been here recently.
Yeah.
But had to have been fairly recent because, I mean, weather would erode it. So fairly recent, but not like yesterday.
What if this is where they camp out and wait for wagons and people?
Ooh.
Maybe we should camp out here and actually no. Later we should camp out here and wait for them to wait for other people.
No.
I thought we were bodyguarding.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
we're not-
we should
we're
bodyguard
not-
for now, but
Aye,
that's
aye.
fine for later.
Good idea. Good idea.
Adrian's not with the group. He's out trying to skin the deer.
Yeah, it's a whole thing of like, yeah, I assume we all went to the deer, and that after, like, I shot it and downed it.
Both Adri and Talon are
Yeah.
familiar with the process of basically field dressing a deer, cutting from the throat, like the length, and as a hunter, I can go into a lot of detail, but I won't for the sake of a stream. But dressing the deer and getting it ready to prepare for cutting off any cuts of meat and so forth, it takes you 15 minutes or so between the two of you working to get it in such a way to have those cuts of a decent amount of cuts of meat. It's not fully processed, but a decent chunk.
Should head back and talk to the good doctor about his job request, or our job request.
How are we gonna take back this deer?
By carrying.
Carry it.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Marcus and Adria
Speak
and
for yourself.
Batsubig. I mean, if they take the front legs and the back legs, should
You two seem to be the strongest here, so
Yeah.
I'd do it, but I'm kind of weak.
I'd do it, but I don't want to.
Sure.
I'm
and
sure
I-
that's
but
the
it's
only
larger
reason
than me.
why.
Okay.
Right, Marcus, you gonna
Yep.
come?
Yep. Yeah. I'll go over and grab one end of it.
It's not super heavy. You can easily each grab on hold of the kind of the hooved ankle leg area of it and kind of carry it. As you make your way back to the road and start working your way south to the town, kind of galloping along is a white horse, atop which is a rider on it,
What if this is a
moving
no hunting zone?
quickly down
Oh
along
no! Oh no!
along the road at full gallop, carrying
Coming
I'll
towards
hide
us?
behind. I'll hide behind someone.
coming from the
As soon
north,
as they- as soon as they
going
mention
south
something.
toward town.
They're
Does he-
definitely in a rush.
Does he look like panicked or?
Make an insight check.
Nope.
So the
That's
quick
a 12 minus 1,
the
11.
quick glance that you get at him as he's galloping along isn't quite enough to discern any sort of disposition. But the horse is outfitted with a saddle and two large sacks that kind of hang off to the side on each side of it. And he is moving along.
We should get out of the way.
We should definitely.
I mean, he
That's
could be
suicide.
bait
I'll-
if
He's
they're
making that noise on
yeah.
mud, but whatever.
Well-
Is there a reason why you're rushing? Do you need help or
I think he's all
Out of the way, please!
right?
Everything
right.
all right, sir?
Everything's fine! Out of the way!
As he
Moves
passes,
out the
as he
way.
passes us, what does he look
Yeah.
like? Does he look more?
Yeah.
He's wearing fairly nice clothing, not nobility or something, but decent attire. And as you kind of look, the way the sacks kind of the bulge, it looks like he's maybe a mail carrier.
Oh,
Okay.
um,
I'm sure we'll see him in town.
yes.
Seems quite important.
Or we'll see him on the way back.
I don't think we're catching up to it.
I'm pretty
Regardless,
sure
I
he's
don't-
gonna
No.
be us there.
I'm saying because
Oh, I see.
bandits.
Let's just keep going. I think he seems quite busy. We should.
And you're making your way back toward town as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you're back
Probably
on
should have warned him.
the road and kind of snaking alongside the coast back toward town. You eventually arrive at the outskirts of it. No wall or any sort of fence surrounds it. There's no guards at the entrance to this town. It's a small village. You're able to walk right back into the main streets. A crowd is still gathered around the medicine man's cart, buying goods from him.
Is there anyone around?
That's good for us.
Is there anyone around him that looks a bit more shady that they're not looking to buy them or looking to take from his cart?
Make a perception check.
10.
10. The only one that looks fairly out of place, you would say, appears to be wearing the same uniform as the constable and the other deputy, but this one a slightly different look. His uniform a bit wrinkled. He also looks to be fairly young, probably late teens, early 20s. And he's carrying like 2 handfuls of stuff that it looks like he's purchased from the medicine man.
Kinds of things has he purchased?
He's got several, in one arm, glass vials of different colored liquids. The other hand has a jar that looks like a frog that's suspended in some sort of preservative.
I'm going to point it out to everyone else. Do you think the guards get paid well enough to buy all that?
The
They
the
only
head
have
guard
one key
seemed a
for
little
it.
stingy.
They only have
with
one
his-
key for their manacles.
Yeah.
I
Okay. So someone should probably tell the doctor here. I'll see if I can follow him.
tell him
By
what?
yourself?
Tell
If
him that
you want
a
to come,
guard
then
has
sure, but I
purchased
can-
some of your
I can-
stuff.
Oh no, I just
Wait, I'm
volunteered
sorry.
myself.
What are we telling you're telling the doctor
I
that
can go by myself. I'm not going to. I just
there
want to see
is-
where he's going. Okay. I'll go off and see where this guy's going. Try
He's
to sneak through.
he's carrying this stuff, and you trying to be stealthy, or are you following
Yes,
him?
I'm
What are you
trying to
trying?
stealthily. I'm going to try to tail him stealthily.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Dirty 20.
Pretty good. So as you kind of follow along behind, he's not really paying you any mind and carrying these goods, and makes his way through town, eventually stopping at what looks to be a general store. But off to the side of the building is a stairway that goes up to another section of the building. He kind of carries these things kind of carefully, slowly up the stairway. One of them falls out from his arms, kind of a blue vial, and shatters. You hear, "Oh, darn it!" Kind of gets up there and messes with the door, and eventually is able to push it open.
The door doesn't seem like it's locked. I guess it's not because he's got
No,
stuff.
it was not
Okay.
locked. After a moment, he comes back out with a little like dustpan and starts kind of picking up pieces of glass and putting them back in.
I'll
You
wait
tailed
for
the
him to-
mom and pop shop owner.
I tailed someone. Shush, you're not there. I'm either going to wait for him to leave or to go back inside once he's finished cleaning up.
After he kind of picks up the big pieces of glass, still, like I said, wearing the uniform of the constable in the law, but he does walk back up and kind of closes the door behind him, going back into the house. Never notices you.
Are there any windows to that second?
Not by the door, there isn't, but on the front of the shop, there's like the general store, and there's kind of a little canopy, or not canopy, but the roof over the porch, and above it there are a couple of windows that would be belonging to the upstairs.
General store. Okay. I'll make my way inside the general store just normally.
Okay. You walk up to it. The building is of wooden construction. No stone foundation, at least not partially like the inn was, but wood all the way down. Probably a foundation below it. There is a door on the front porch, as well as a couple of windows. And as you open it up and go inside, the smells that kind of meet you, you smell leather from maybe bags and backpacks and goods. You kind of have the smell of grain and of just general supplies, sawdust. The floor is kind of covered in it. As you walk in, a woman meets your gaze. Kind of green eyes, long, kind of brownish hair that she looks to be maybe in her 40s. Can I help you?
Yes. I'm new here. I'm looking for a couple supplies. Some herbalist herbs and such, or maybe some more general things like
Well, we got some dried basil. It's in season.
Okay. Do you have anything medicinal?
Well, we've got some first aid kits. A lot of the farmers like them. They, sometimes get scraped up a bit doing their work. The fishermen, too.
That'd be good to have. you mind if I just take a look around and
Oh, sure.
see if there's anything else? Okay.
Oh, help
I'll-
yourself.
I will buy that that first aid kit though.
Maybe
how
5
much
gold
would that be?
pieces
5 gold pieces. Wow. Okay.
for a healer's kit. Yes.
Guess yes. I will count out 5 gold and hand it to her. And yeah, I'll take my
Quite the spender. Usually, captains will buy one of these for a full voyage.
I'm here on behalf of a group of some adventurers, and it's always there's no price too high to pay to stay alive, right?
Well,
So-
that is fair enough. Yeah, we generally carry general goods. Nothing fancy you'll find, but good strong equipment.
Where do you usually get all this stuff, if I might ask?
Well,
Buy
a
and
lot of the
sell.
farmers supply the grain and the basil and the sawdust. I usually have it brought in from one of the local woodworkers. I find that things spill, it makes it a little easier to clean up on the floor. We do have some furniture that maybe you had a hand in building. They bring it in by ship.
Oh, maybe. But like you said, those healers kits are quite expensive. I don't imagine the farmers here would be able to source them. Where did you find those?
Oh, I get my supply from a supplier near the capital. He comes around every couple months, and I stock up. And
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you very much, and I'll take my leave and go back to the group.
well, you're welcome.
Well, I don't know if that guard stole them, but he did go up to the second floor of some shop. Maybe he lives there and deposited his things.
You thought that he might have stolen a guard of the town, might have stolen something in
I don't know.
daylight.
I don't know if he stole them or if he purchased them. He wasn't.
So
As I was going there.
I would
acting.
imagine he probably just bought them.
Aye.
So you followed a man home. A man who's done nothing wrong and invaded his personal.
I didn't
space.
go into his home. I simply just want.
Stop.
Hey, we're
You
here.
simply
We're here
stopped.
to ensure
Yay.
the safety of this good doctor, and that's what I did.
Nothing.
I mean,
nothing wrong
that's fair,
there.
I guess.
Of course.
You didn't see me. Everything's fine. I even got this healer's kit from the general
That's
store.
what makes it bad. You
hello.
stalked a man. But
Yeah.
It's,
I know.
as long as he didn't see you, it's no
Yeah.
I see.
no harm, no foul.
Pause.
We're all
you need to
responsible
cook
for
this
the.
deer.
We
Yeah.
do. We do.
As,
Aye.
as we
Yeah,
have two
I mean,
people
I'm-
standing
Yeah.
there with a big
Yeah.
skinned deer. We should take it to the weary archer, and maybe we won't have to pay as much because we're giving them a deer.
I mean,
That's a
I
lot
would
of
say
meat.
that this probably, it'll feed them for a bit, so at least
Aye.
a night.
Honestly, they'll probably feed it,
terrible.
turn it into stew though. So
Don't talk about stew. Don't
Maybe.
mention stew.
that's
Maybe
fine.
they'll
But
just
it
cook
tastes
some cuts
very
from it.
good.
Maybe we can sell it to them.
I
mean, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
this
sell
is
to
this is just a whole deer that we're dropping off to an inn. Why
They
not?
have a
There's
cook?
surely a butcher.
They have a
somewhere.
cook, but not a butcher. Surely there's a butcher in town that they get their meat.
Well,
I
the-
mean,
surely
we
the
can
innkeeper
cook
will know
with
where the
live
butcher is.
foods.
The innkeeper has
Or
to get
this
the meat.
guy, he
Do
works
I know
here.
of a butcher?
There is a butcher shop in town that you
Yeah, of
could.
course. It's
you
just
could-
down there. It's butchers. I should
But
knew
you're
that.
carrying the deer.
Where's that?
Yeah,
Lead the way?
yeah.
I'll-
I'll lead the way to the butcher shop.
Right behind you with the rest of the deer, I guess.
As you enter, the smell of meat meets you as you open the door.
Yeah, it's you.
I don't enter.
Kind of hang out outside.
yeah, I don't answer either.
As you enter it, kind of wearing a white apron
I
that's
do.
a bit blood-stained and currently carrying a large meat cleaver. The man looks up. Kind of a bushy beard. Oh, that's a beauty.
Yeah,
Isn't
we
she
give 'em
just-
off the trail up north just a
Oh,
moment ago.
that's a nice one there. You want to get it processed?
Well, we were wondering if we could sell it. Honestly, I don't think we could eat all this.
Aye.
Well,
Too
not
much
in
for
a
us.
day, but you know, it could be fixed up into jerky.
That might work. It might be good, honestly.
Well, it's up to you. I could buy the whole thing off you if you want. We're
How much would it be
a
worth?
little bit short on venison at the moment. I'll give you 5 silver pieces for it.
That all?
Well, it's not like they're uncommon.
I know, but
I mean, he has
just
a
look,
point.
it's been perfectly executed.
No, I
In
wouldn't put it quite that way, but yeah. But
If we were to turn it into jerky, what do you want to do?
You could
Just
get
gonna-
quite a bit. I only charge you, 2 silver pieces to process the whole thing. You'd have quite the supply.
Won't have to worry about food for a while.
Well, if you were traveling, it'd keep well.
Aye.
How
not
long
a
would
bad
it
idea.
take to turn into jerky? Exactly.
Aye.
It'd take me a couple days to fully process it.
I mean, that's fairly fair.
Fairly fair. But then we'd have it by the time we leave town.
Jerky's
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
good
that's-
road material. I've heard that there was a story about
I'd say.
this.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, there's a story about this one group that found this massive boar and just turned it all into jerky, and they survived for months on just that single boar.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't heard that one, but this one here ought to get you about 10 pounds of jerky once it's fully processed.
Sounds perfect. Will we do that then?
Yeah, let's do that. That
Aye,
would be
yeah.
nice.
We'll go for it.
Want it seasoned in any way or just dried out?
How much is seasoning?
Probably
would
Oh,
it
I'm not going to charge any extra for it. It's just part of the process.
good to have it
Sure.
seasoned.
Yeah, seasoning.
Aye.
Yeah, season then.
You
yeah.
want
Give us some
spicy
flavor.
or more of like a sweet, smoky kind of taste? Or are you looking for
Ooh,
maybe
I'll
something
really
with
love
like a
that.
barbecue?
Spicy.
Aye.
I'd like some spicy.
Spicy?
Could we get different?
I suppose you
mix?
could, yeah. I can give you
Get a
a
mix?
variety pack, if you will.
Aye, thank you.
The sampler platter.
Make
All right.
sure at least half of it is spicy.
Talon will hand over to Silver.
Thank you so much. You can lay it over there in the corner. I'll get to it pretty quick. A clean
Marcus,
shot,
try to-
though.
try to use
How
your,
far was that shot you made on it? That's a good shot.
A good how far? Shot.
Well, you could, flavor. You take the shot.
Oh, about, like,
how far was
100 meters. No.
what's that in
probably
yards?
Probably about 20 yards.
I don't
Oh,
know,
not-
it
not that
looks
far,
like
okay.
more
You
like
can-
50 to me.
50 yards.
Yes, 50 yards. Don't you
Aye.
remember? 50 yards.
Aye. Sorry. Brains don't work sometimes.
Well,
Fine.
that's pretty good regardless. Good clean shot. I'll get
I
started
don't know
on it.
what's good.
What's your name for when you come back to pick it up?
Go
Talon.
under. Oh.
Talon.
Yes,
Just
sheep
Talon?
killed him.
Just under Talon.
I'll put it under Talon.
Thanks.
Anything else?
Yep. I think we're good to go.
You good?
Yep.
Aye.
Fine.
One thing. Have you heard about the bandits in town?
Yeah, I have.
I assume. Have you had to deal with them or?
Not here in the shop. My friend of mine, though, got roughed up pretty bad.
Really? What happened?
Well, him and the missus were heading back in, and well, he decided to try and stand up to him. Didn't want to turn over the valuables, and well, they left him cut up pretty bad.
So he was mugged in town.
Well, no, he wasn't back to town. He was on the road north.
Aye. Would you maybe be able to tell us about this? Give me details to this friend. I'd love to have a word with him because we're planning on dealing with these bandits. we're adventuring party, so we'd like to sort him out. If we
Well,
could get
I'd
any
be-
information from him, it'd be great.
It'd be pretty appreciated if you did. Old Frem Zulum.
Zulum?
Yeah. Well, Frem to his friends.
Well, thank
Thanks.
you.
Where would we be able to find him?
I don't know.
You don't know where you'd find your friends?
Well, I mean, figure he can't work right now in his condition. He's probably at home resting.
Do you know where he stays?
At his house. It's 2 streets over.
Thank you.
Yeah, look
Thank
for
you.
the...
Appreciate it.
You want a description of the house, or you just gonna go...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed you were gonna give
Well, you were turning around to walk out. I don't know.
I almost wasn't. I was just.
Yeah,
I'd love a
He
description.
was just admiring the windows. They're pretty nice windows.
Look for the one with the blue flowers out front.
Blue house up front. Thank you so much. You've been great help.
Instinct.
And we'll be back in a couple days. For
If
that
that
thank you.
adventuring business don't work out for you, well, you can make a nice couple silver hunting like that.
I've thought about it before, but nah, purely for fun.
Do it for fun.
Well, shoot yourself.
Nothing wrong with a bit of hunting for fun.
Usually, you hunt for sport and for sustenance.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean, I would
Okay.
say the sustenance part is probably the most
I don't.
big part of that.
Most of the stuff we hunt back home, we use most of it. I don't think I've heard of anyone that shoots for just fun.
well,
Just
sport
strange.
fun.
All right. Let's leave. I think we should go back to the doctor and just look around and see if there's anything else we see.
Aye, sure.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. We'll be back in a couple days.
A couple blocks over where the wagon is set up. Crowd not quite as thickly surrounding the cart at this point. You do see the mail carrier dropping off a letter for the doctor, who takes it and sets it inside the cart. Still, occasionally the person comes up who he hands a vial to, or some sort of... See one, it's like a kind of stringy, viney plant, and he gives him like a whole chunk of plant.
I actually want to run up to the mail carrier.
Okay.
Excuse me, is there anything from Brendanir or?
Brendan here.
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
No. Are you sure? Don't want to double check at all,
What's your name?
or? This might be for an Omar.
Pulls out a list. No.
You sure about? Right. Okay. Must be
Pretty sure.
right. Well, all right. All
Theo's just snickering in the background.
You have a letter you'd like to send?
Nope. No, I'm just expecting some mail soon.
I see. I'll be on my way then.
Dr. Broadway, we're back to...
Oh, wonderful.
guard
Good to see that you've returned. I was wanting to take off pretty soon anyway and get some rest. You'll be guarding the cart.
Yep.
Yes.
For like the entire night, or
We're gonna have
That's
to take
the
turns.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take care of it the whole night and just take shifts.
Yes.
how much are we getting for this?
Well, I figured half a silver for the lot of you each.
5 coppers each.
5 each.
That's fair, given that we don't know what'll happen. How about 5 copper each if nothing happens, and then hazard pay 1 silver each if something does happen, and we defend your card, which really you're saving yourself the cost of losing things.
Well, I think that's plenty fair.
All right. I guess that makes-
Well, if you excuse me, I'm going to be off to find some accommodations for whatever passes as a rest stop in this town.
There's a tavern
Inn
over
down there,
over
yeah.
here.
Well, The Weary Archer.
Well, I'll be
Aye.
making my
Should
way
still
to the
be
Weary
free.
Archer.
They have delicious stew.
Oh,
You'd
wonderful.
love it.
Very good.
Mm.
So he kind of turns and makes his way down the street toward the Weary Archer.
Bye.
So he just left his cart with strangers.
He did.
Almost stopped and gone.
All right, we need to figure out who's gonna take turns watching this.
Right.
He probably won't be back till dawn, which means we'll be watching this. What time is it?
It's currently about 4 in the afternoon.
We're gonna be watching this probably together, I guess, until it gets late, and then we'll take turns.
Aye, sounds fine by me.
If you want, some of you could head in early. Might as well.
I don't mind staying out through the first shift, I guess.
Neither do I.
Okay.
Oh, ideally, I would like to have my shift with Omar, please.
Right.
Aye, whatever you want.
Yeah, I can take
So
the.
are we just gonna sleep on the floor, or
We could go back to the inn. It's not that far from here.
Oh,
Just make sure you get up.
Could I borrow someone's room then? Because I don't have a room there.
You can
I
borrow
thought
mine.
you have your own place, don't you?
Well, we can take
I
different
mean, I
shifts. You can
do,
borrow
it's
mine.
Just a little bit. It's a little bit out. I wouldn't want to walk there if I'm spending the night, right?
Adri, yeah. Don't worry. You can. We'll take different shifts, and you can borrow my room when I'm not using it.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. So, but in the meantime, we're taking a shift, all of us. Yeah.
Aye. Aye.
Yep.
We're just gonna camp out here for the
It's
next
kind of like sitting there in front of the
6
wagon.
hours.
As you're sitting there, one of the townspeople is approaching. Are you tending the shop for right now?
Is there like a sign with prices on the side, or is it just
No.
all off of
So,
his head?
so the shutters are now closed over the windows, and the door to the inside of it's closed as
Oh.
well.
Is it
Is there a
locked?
lock?
Not that you see.
Can I open the door?
You go up,
What?
and the door does not push.
I'm just. Can I pull the door?
The door does not pull.
Hey.
Does it
you just-
slide?
The door does not slide. It doesn't move
Can-
in any way.
We probably shouldn't be messing with his weapon.
Yeah.
We're
I'm
supposed
sorry,
to be walking it.
I couldn't make it here before my shift at the bar ended. I was wanting to buy some tonic.
Unfortunately, I think he's
Shop's closed.
Shop's closed.
Why do you want to buy tonic? What's the problem?
Well, it's a bit personal. I just wanted some of his health
Yeah,
tonic.
it's no thing, Rob.
Jeez.
He's probably down at the
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 Weary Archer.
tavern
Yeah.
that way.
Probably
These
Right.
are not the
Archer.
current hours of operation. You're gonna have to come back in the morning.
But my shift starts in the morning. This is my only time off work.
I'm
Well, I
sorry,
mean,
but
over-
businesses don't accommodate your schedule. They have schedules of their own.
Theo, don't be so mean.
What he
I'm
is
just
trying
giving
to
him the
say-
facts.
What?
Yeah.
what
But
he
you're
is
here.
trying to
Just-
say-
You're
I'm sure-
tending a shop.
is
We're
that
just here
we do
to
not-
to guard the place. I'm sure if you talk to him, he can open it up and.
He's over at the Weary Archer right now.
Well, I'll go see if I can track him down. Hopefully, he can get rid of this wart.
Best of luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Theo,
Do
there's no
we
need to be
see
so
that-
mean to people.
I'm
We
not
only wanted
being
a bit of
mean.
help.
I'm just telling him the factual information. Facts aren't mean.
Aye.
Facts are facts.
I know, but sometimes facts hurt.
Well, if the
Sometimes-
truth hurts you that
You're
much,
also not-
then you're
but you
gonna
weren't-
suffer throughout your
You
entire
weren't exactly
life.
just using facts. You were kind of just being harsh to them.
I don't think so. It's.
No, but there's nicer ways to say
I
it.
didn't
isn't there?
call him any names.
He didn't.
There's a difference between being mean and harsh. You're being harsh.
I
It's a
think it was-
harsh
it-
world.
No
It
excuse.
was a bit curt, but I don't think it was that bad.
You all definitely get
We're
some,
we're all just here to.
some looks from townspeople as you guard the cart. Some of them appear to have been kind of heading over in the direction, hearing about this medicine man that's in town. But as they kind of look and see that it's closed, they kind of veer back off and go about their business. I'm just standing out here chilling by the cart.
So there was no lock on the door of the
Door
cart?
or the windows that you could discern.
Windows, and both are locked shut. If I try to open up the windows, they won't open.
It appears to just be a wooden doors with what look like a kind of inlaid handle with kind of metal surrounding that would normally just pull open, but they don't move.
Hey, Theo,
Does
come
it? Yeah.
here.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna take a detailed look at
Okay.
the door and see if there are any like arcane symbols
Make
or
an
anything
Arcana
on
check.
it that would Oops, that was on the table. 9 plus 7 is 16.
16. You don't see any symbols on the outside of it, but whenever you examine it and try to put any pressure on the latches, it doesn't give at all. You would expect a door to have some sort of little movement to it, but there's nothing at all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
okay.
Yeah. So that says something about that individual.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna go take a watch over here. I'm just gonna sit by this whale over here. Please, keep an
Right.
eye on me.
Alright.
And as I go over to the wheel, like around the other side of the cart, I'm gonna sit down and just talk to myself lightly, and then snap Clarence into existence.
So, in a poof of kind of white and brown feathers, a bird appears. Kind of a long beak, fairly large bird with bright blue feet.
I went around the wagon just to be
Yeah,
clear.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all
What
right,
was that
buddy.
noise?
I need you
Bird?
to.
Or bird?
I need you to. And I grab his beak. Like, I need you to quietly be my eyes and take to the sky. I'll let him go and. I will go. I will go deaf and blind for a second. I'm going to see from Clarence's point of view while he kind of scouts around
Okay.
aerial.
Is there something specific he's looking for? Or just...
I want to see if there are any other people coming in to the village as the dusk, as
Okay.
the evening rolls around.
Make a perception check from the viewpoint of the bird.
Yeah, it is extra. Perception is 4, and I get advantage. Well, that's good because that's 5 and 4. That's 9, and 16 and 4. That's 20.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
So as you kind of look through the eyes of the bird, kind of scouting around, flying overhead, this kind of sort of out of place looking bird. It's somewhat aquatic, so it's not terribly
coastal.
It's coastal. You have a kind of a look around, and most of what you see from the bird's eye view, if you will, is people going about their business on the streets. You see the doctor currently sitting in one of the rocking chairs out front of the inn, just kind of relaxing with a cup of some beverage. You see workers on the docks mending fishing nets, some of the boats coming in and leaving. You see to the south of town, as it does the sweep over, what look like 3 humans who are currently wearing bandanas that are kind of obscuring their face and the hood. They're making their way south on the road out of town. But coming into town, you don't really notice anyone else.
Nice. Then before he gets all the way back, actually, damn, he has to be within 10 feet of me to do that. Okay, well, when he's flying back in, as soon as he flies in, like behind the wagon, I'm gonna say, "Thank you, my friend," and I'll snap him back up.
As he snaps out, a few feathers start floating down but disappear before they make it back down to the town's floor.
And I'll get up and there's nobody coming in, but there were 3 guys with bandanas over their faces going south of the village, Omar.
Alright, so bandanas, but these look like bandits, yes.
Yeah, they had them over their face.
Right. You said heading south.
Yeah. Maybe they're gonna try and get people coming into the village from the south.
Yes, should we head over there and abandon our post, or
What if we abandon the wagon and the wagon gets attacked?
there's
We don't
I
hear
don't
any of
make
this, right?
decisions. Oh, I'm speaking aloud now.
Oh,
too.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your call.
Yes, so we had an anonymous tip that there are bandits to the south.
Anonymous tip.
Anonymous.
Right.
Are you
From
sure?
who?
Yeah, from who?
I
What?
mean, if it's anonymous, you don't. They clearly don't.
Aye.
Right.
He didn't give
Anyway.
his name.
Yes.
Alright.
Are you sure that's not a
Anyway.
bandit trying to lead us somewhere else?
Could be.
I think we should stick with going to the north.
Sure.
That's
I mean,
common.
one job at a time then, right? Let's stay here.
Aye.
Right?
Unless half of a, I mean, around what time is it now?
Yeah, the sun is starting to go down over the horizon. Dusk is setting in.
Aye, we've been keeping track of this cart for a little while. I would suggest that we split into 2 teams, but
Oh.
try and cover up both. But if
I
the sun's
don't
starting to
think
set,
that's-
probably not a good idea.
Maybe we
No.
just stick with the wagon for
We'll
tonight.
stick. Aye.
Did your anonymous source see where they're going?
We're going south.
They're going
They-
south. They're at the south and they're going south still?
They're at the south end of the town, exiting, going south.
All right.
They had bandanas on their faces.
Do you think maybe our anonymous friend could maybe track them for a bit and report back to us if he sees anything else?
I think our anonymous friend said he's afraid of the dark.
Right. Okay, you can't
I'm very
have it
confused as
both
to
ways
who
with
this
these
is.
anonymous
He was
friends.
pretty
How do you know about
specific,
the
this
anonymous
friend of
friend?
yours.
How do you know
Aye.
this anonymous person if they're anonymous? By definition.
We've worked with them a lot.
We have a lot of
I guess
connections.
This person, yes.
I thought you guys came in from the.
Connections
we're-
span the worldwide.
Right.
Oh,
I'm very well
alright.
connected.
Weren't you debating if this
Fair,
was
fair.
even Goldsboro?
Aye.
Well, the name of a location is given to it by people, and so it's quite subjective. Some people might call this place another name. Why are you getting off track? There's bandits in the south.
Okay, so should we stay? I think
We've been given a job. I suggest
We
we
should stay
do our
here.
job.
And just throwing the idea out there, it could be that they normally raid the north as throw people off of looking for them in the south where they're located, perhaps.
Right.
they
Perhaps.
raid to the north because they're in the south. Is what you're saying?
Right. Yes.
So why would they not go to the north?
Oh, that's good
Aye.
misdirection.
Right.
It is.
But if they usually raid to the north, and they live in the south, why are they now leaving to the south?
We're not bandits. We don't know.
You need
Could
to.
be going back
That's
to
what a
his
bandit
camp.
wants to say.
They are.
Right.
Who's on
yeah,
first?
I think
I mean, if
the
I were-
idea is that we have to pretend like we are bandits so that we can think about why they would be doing it.
Thinking exercise here, faithful. Come on.
I was a bandit. Where would I go?
Alright. Well,
To jail.
Ideally, yes, but
Aye, you're not wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
no, if
so-
I was a bandit, I wouldn't want to go to jail. That seems to
No,
be a
that's
very.
just-
But
As
that's
you're
Nah.
sitting
This
here
is-
having a
Doesn't seem to be
conversation,
where I would.
like.
a kind of cloaked figure is approaching the cart.
Bandit!
I don't know. I don't notice. I'm just completely caught up in trying to think like a bandit.
Whoa. Hello?
Oh, no there. And then you see now that it is the doctor.
Aye. What?
Oh, how's it going out here?
Ah, good. Nothing
Good.
much.
So far?
I had a couple people wanting to buy things, but then you see
I'm
us and
aware.
then-
That's why I'm here. I'm grabbing something from the
Oh.
cart. Just a moment.
I am going to carefully watch him open the
Yeah,
cart.
I want to watch how he gets into this car. I'm curious.
Okay, so he kind of goes up to the back door and then he gives a glance over his shoulder. Excuse me, just a moment.
All right. Go on.
Take like one step back.
Same.
He kind of reaches up for the door handle, and as he does, I want you to make a perception check for me.
Can I also make this?
Yeah, you can also make a perception check.
Perception is -1. Cool.
These leeches, what is up?
Oh, well, that's a 0. So
Mine's a
I-
14.
14. To both of you, it looks like he just reaches up and opens the door. And as he takes a step inside, he retrieves a couple of vials and then kind of leaves behind, closing the door, and starts walking back toward the town. You hear him mutter under his breath, "I can't believe it was that big, the poor lady." Though as he walks back, you do notice that on the ground, having fallen out of the cart, is an opened envelope.
I'm sure Mr. 20 whatever passive perception
I'm
was.
definitely gonna go pick that up.
I clear.
Definitely gonna pick that up and read it if you can.
The envelope itself is kind of maybe 7 or 8 inches wide by about 3 or 4 inches tall, and kind of written on it in fresh ink the words, "Can't, too dangerous." Inside is a parchment that's been folded up.
Oh, there's another.
Well, the envelope itself has that kind of just scribbled on it.
Oh. Okay, so then, yes, I'll open that and then read the inscription within.
I'll send to you what it says.
The envelope's already open, right? He's not ripping off the seal.
No, he's not. It's already been opened.
Beautiful night tonight.
Aye.
Yeah,
This guy?
it's getting dark.
Crazy.
You look a
earlier
little
I was
uneasy.
spotting This weird bird. It had blue feet. It was very.
Aye. It like
Oh.
squawked as
Are
it flew into
those-
the sky. I've never seen
are
anything like
those-
it before.
Those are not normal
It's
here?
kind of.
It's a
Kind
coastal.
of similar to
regional
some
bird.
other ones. Yeah.
Ju-
I mean, there was some other birds that like they have web feet like that one did, but I've never seen one with blue feet. That was kind of.
Aye.
Are you,
Pretty cool though.
odd. Yeah.
Theo, are you familiar with that kind of marine?
Yeah, I mean, well, I studied on an island, very coastal. There's a lot of aquatic birds. There's a lot of aquatic animals.
I also live on a coastal island. I've never seen.
Well, I mean, it could be regional. You said you wanted to learn more about
That's true.
animals. One thing you should know about animals is they don't all live in the same place.
I know. It's just it seems.
They don't
very
really
strange
seem.
thing.
I've scouted around for a bit. They don't really seem coastal here.
Well, birds migrate.
I suppose.
I suppose it's a shame to only see one though.
Well, maybe they're not a pack animal, that particular species.
So
This is all
perhaps.
guesswork. I'm not a bird expert.
By now,
Perhaps.
Omar's had time to kind of pick up and read through this letter that had dropped onto the ground. I don't know what you want to go, where you want to go with that, but enough time has passed that has happened.
And do we all see Omar?
Yeah.
Well,
Like a letter?
I mean, if
Yeah,
nothing
you
else,
just openly reading this, or
if nothing else, at least Theodore and Talon had also saw the letter drop. So
what's it say?
What's it say?
I sent it to you, didn't
I
You got a
did.
message.
I don't think you sent it.
I? I messaged it to you in Discord.
It says nothing. It is
I-
invisible.
I direct messaged it to you. Callie.
I-
You
Yeah,
sent
I
it to
don't
someone
know.
else.
I sent it directly to Callie.
Uh-oh.
I guess Discord's being poopy because I've not received it. I'm looking at our DMs. Maybe type
I'll
something
send
out.
it again. Boom.
There, now I got it.
Okay. Well, there you go. If you'd like to read it to the group, you can, or whatever you'd like to do with it. You've had a chance to. Well, now you're having a chance to skim over it. It's dark out here. It's hard. It's hard to read. You have to kind of squint your eyes a little bit.
Well,
Alright. Well, do any of you know where Dirtmere is?
say that again.
So I'll repeat that one.
Dirtmere?
Dirt mirror?
Dirtmere, yes.
I'm not sure where I'd find a dirt mirror, but no.
It's
The place.
clearly a place.
Yes.
Aye. Would any of us know? Would
I will say make a history check.
Okay.
All of us,
Collectively?
or
No, just Talon this time.
I was like, what?
2.
2. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
No. What does the rest of the letter say?
Do any of you know of the Pine Woods, mayhaps?
What does that
Pine
mean?
Woods.
Sounds...
I
I mean, there's woods that have pine in them. Yeah, I've heard of
I'm
that.
Aye.
not sure if we should divulge this personal
I
information.
know a fair bit about like the likes of
Hippo would
forests
have
and
a
woods,
fit.
so
I
can't say I'm quite aware.
Do I recognize any of these terms as subtext for anything else?
No.
As a rogue? Okay.
well, I don't know. This seems like slightly personal information. If you do not know the location of this place, I don't think we should be messing about with it.
Aye, but why? What does the rest of the thing say? Just because we don't know.
You already opened it. It's
I
cat
mean,
is out
to
of the
be
bag.
fair,
Aye.
this is actually kind of... I feel like a little rude reading through his mail. That's not right.
Come on, Omar, hand it over, and just kind of like Talon's like gesturing, like wanting to read it.
Alright,
I take it.
I'll hand it over. Yeah.
What is
Take.
it?
If you'd like to read it out loud for the viewers.
Yeah,
Aye,
I
sure.
will read it. Or you read it. Yeah, you read
Whoever
it.
wants to, I don't care. Somebody read it for the viewers.
Read it aloud to the group.
You know, Omar, I'm suddenly bored
Oh,
with this
God.
letter. You can read it.
All right.
can read it.
Well,
I suddenly remembered. I didn't know how to read.
this letter says, and I quote, "Dear Dr. Bronwyn, I hope this letter gets to you too. I'll get to the point. Our little girl is dying, and the people here say when you came past here 3 odd summers ago, you cured all that be ailed them. A lot of folks around here still use your remedies every day. They say they couldn't be getting on without them. Please come round here to Dirtmere again, doctor. The wife and me have gotten together all we can save up to pay. She's been getting sicker every day. I don't reckon she'll make it through the season without your help. Sincerely, Huckvid in Toiled Pinewood." And he responded, "Can't, too dangerous." So I'm assuming that might be because we warned him about the bandits, and I feel slightly...
Well, we're gonna guard him.
Yeah.
Why don't we just
Aye.
press upon the issue tomorrow? Let him remind him that we can escort him safely to anywhere he
We
needs
want
to
to-
go and make a great profit.
Do you
Aye.
want him to know that we found
No,
We
out?
don't have to tell him
We
about
don't-
the
we don't
letter.
have
You
to
have to tell him
We
anything.
can
Just
we
tell
can
him
word
here.
things.
We can keep him safe.
Okay. I'd like to...
Unless he's saying it's dangerous for another reason.
I'd like to, like, light up a, do I have lanterns or torches? A torch, I guess.
Okay.
Here, Audrey, hold this.
one sec.
Oh, right.
I sincerely hope you're not going to burn the letter.
No, why would I have him hold it if I was just gonna burn it? No, just stand right here. I'll position him, and I will take out my calligrapher supplies, and I will try to copy down his handwriting, because that's the thing I can do.
You
with
can, yes. So,
So I'm gonna copy down both the doctors and the distressed father of the dying little child.
okay. And I can check on it. What type of check are you familiar with what that is to do that, or is it just a thing you can do with calligraphers?
It's a proficiency check.
Yeah, go ahead and make that roll, please.
And is calligrapher's supplies, is that dexterity?
Yes, I would call that dexterity or intelligence, your choice.
I'll definitely use dexterity.
Omar's not that smart.
Ooh, it's not bad. So 14?
14? You get a pretty good approximation of the handwriting. And this letter, as you look at it, the writing was definitely written by someone who is not extremely proficient in writing. It's kind of hard to read in some points. It's pretty sloppily written. You're wanting to copy the letter's handwriting or the doctor's handwriting on the envelope?
The doctor's.
The doctor's handwriting is much more professional, though still somehow hard to read. It's kind of an odd...
So like a doctor's handwriting.
Yes. But you're able to get a good approximation of it, and you feel like you probably couldn't do a long document in this writing and be very accurate, but for short little bursts of text, you probably have a good idea of what it looks like and could maybe even replicate it.
Stash that away. Alright. Is there like a crack in his door?
As you kind of go up there, the doors are there's no gap between them.
Crack in the window, maybe?
It's sealed.
I want to slip this back in, but I don't think we
What,
can.
what if you just put it on the ground and it's like we never noticed it was there?
Sure.
That's
Could work.
I try to close it back up with the note inside and everything, and
Right, for people who are supposed to be keeping a lookout, I don't know if.
It's a small piece of paper on the ground, not a bandit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're looking out. We're not looking at the cart. If you're looking at the cart, you're a bad lookout.
look out.
Well, no, actually, I think that you probably should be looking at the thing that you're defending.
No, you should be looking out towards the things that might come towards the thing that's.
Aye,
Right,
but what
I mean,
if
but you
something
should always
comes
check
from
on
like
it
behind
because,
you all
like,
and
yeah.
I
into
don't,
the cart?
that's why you're surrounded. I don't know. Talon, you're the military man. What do you think?
Truth. So I'm watching the cart, so I'm not. Works either way.
Okay.
You just want to kind of scout about.
As the evening ends and night sets in, you all want to take shifts on this, or are you all sitting out
Yeah.
here all night, or what's the plan?
No,
Think
we'll
we're
take
doing
some
already?
shifts.
Shifts and swapping at the end.
Okay,
Mhm.
who's taking
Well,
the
I
first
mean-
shift?
I would like the first shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's getting dark.
so as the rest of you start getting pretty tired, time to kind of head back a couple blocks over to the inn, while Theodore and Omar kind of sit out and keep an eye on things for a little while. As you keep an eye on the cart, I'd like both of you to make a perception check for me.
It is nighttime. It is nighttime.
It is. Now, you do have a torch lit. Are you leaving your torch up?
Yeah, I mean, we're meant
I
to
hope
guard.
so.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
see in the dark.
With
Yeah.
with the torch, just, perception check from each of you.
Okay. Well, I rolled a natural 1, so I
Oh.
7 for me.
Same. I rolled an 8 minus 1. 7.
These intrepid watchmen sit out and keep an eye
I
on
keep closing
things.
my eyes. It's dark. It's still dark.
It's pretty boring. Town's pretty quiet getting into the evening. You do hear some commotion from the inn. General goings on there. Nothing out of the ordinary. But a couple hours later, eventually, who comes to
Yep.
relieve?
I hop up and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go tell them. Yeah, they'll relieve you, and I like run to the inn.
I can
I
take
know.
second.
All goes well.
All right, so
All
I
right.
wake up those two, which means our last two friends are doing individuals.
As Talon, or I'll wait.
So
Talon and Wilgan both kind of making their way out to the cart. This really odd pair.
Can we borrow that torch?
Aye, thanks.
Sure, give it back. It costs money.
Of course.
Okay.
Take it.
As you sit out, I'd like both of you to make a perception check.
Sleep well.
Ooh. Perception. That is a 23.
It's a 10.
Okay.
Oh no, 11.
Keep an eye on things, and it's pretty quiet for the most part. At one point, kind of wandering in your direction from the inn tavern, one of the townspeople. Oh, that's a pretty interesting looking cart you got there.
It's not ours,
Aye.
but it is.
Well, you'd not be
We're guarding
stealing
it.
it.
Are you okay, friend?
Well, I'm drunk.
Aye. Where do you live, friend?
Can't remember.
Right. Well, I think if you go that way, and then you go that way, you'll find your way home. I'm sure.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
Turns the direction you pointed and stuff.
It's
How
not to
far
walk
does he
away.
get before just face planting?
He makes it down, goes around a corner.
Right? Well, best of luck to him.
Oh, he's never finding his way home. All right.
The rest of your watch is uneventful. It becomes time to go
when-
and get the next shift.
Do you wanna? I'll stay here if you wanna go get the others. Just
Okay, yeah. I'll jog my way back. My legs, and then we'll find someone to wake up. I will wake up. No, I'll poke them both. Let them both know that either of them can take a watch.
Which room first?
I'll go to Adri's room first.
Right. he
Hello?
would- Yeah.
Down here,
So-
down here, down here.
Oh,
It's yeah, it's your turn.
I thought you were the lampshade over there. I'm sorry. Yeah, of course. He'll head out.
I'm going.
Yeah, so you eventually meet up again and make a perception check, please.
That would be a. We get anything? No. 6.
6. Still a little bit kind of
Oh.
groggy from the night. You kind of sit up against the cart. It doesn't take long before you kind of start nodding off. You keep catching yourself. And a couple hours into your watch, it isn't so much that you go and get someone to relieve you as it is that Marcus kind of figures out it's about time I ought to be heading out there, and you find him kind of nodding off.
I'm just gonna nudge him with my boom and be like, "Hey, time to swap out."
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks. I'll get up and start walking back.
Yeah. I'll just chill. I'm assuming I grabbed a torch or something.
Yeah, the same torch has been kind of handed off all night.
It's really small now. It's been burning down.
You're not getting that back.
So, perception.
Yep, perception. As you sit out there a couple hours before dawn, there's starting to be a little bit of noise coming from the direction of the docks where the fishermen are getting ready to go out on their boats for the night or for the
that-
morning.
Is a 5 total.
5 total.
We are the worst watch people.
We're amazing.
Hey, I rolled well.
Yeah,
I rolled
you
well.
rolled well. And
And
therefore,
while-
I also take credit
One
for
of us.
that.
And while Adri was having some trouble staying awake, it doesn't take but a half hour into your watch and you are just sleeping.
Oops.
The group wakes up as you kind of work your way down in the inn. Breakfast is being served. The innkeep. I saved you some stew.
I will try to not be noticed by the.
Make a
innkeeper
stealth
and hide
check.
under some-
Make a stealth
Oh,
check.
if the whole thing of like town will just be like, no, thank you, walking out, heading to there.
I am going to use lucky because I just got a natural
I
one,
mean,
and I rolled a 19, so that's a 26.
So you hide from the
Yay.
innkeeper again as you kind of make your way to the door and outside, eventually
take some money.
rendezvousing
That's
with
how
your sleeping friend.
Uh,
Adri, you stop and get some breakfast that's provided. Also,
Okay.
everyone can mark off another 8 copper for your rooms.
Your turn.
Right, of course.
Marcus? Marcus?
What? Oh,
Did you,
Oh,
you-
God.
How
Oh.
long have you been asleep? You're supposed to be taking a watchman.
Oh, man.
Sorry. It was
We
late.
better still get paid for this. I'm gonna do a once around on the wagon to see
Yeah,
if it
can
looks
we
like
check
it's...
the card?
Yeah, you have a walk around the perimeter. Cart's there.
Nothing looks broken into.
The letter's not there, but the card is.
Oh no. Oh, hopefully it blew away. Does it look like there are prints on the floor or scratch marks? Like it looks like somebody tried to do anything to the wagon?
Make an investigation check.
I thought you said prints on the floor, and I was like, what?
No. 7 is 23.
23. No footprints, but you do see where the letter had been caught by the wind and kind of traveled down the street a little ways. It's kind of sitting up next to the wooden boardwalk.
Oh, I run as slowly as I'm not very fast. I run and go get it. I'm just like
It's
heavily
covered
breathing,
in mud now.
and I just take it back and like put it on the ground under the door again.
You know, in
Super muddy.
hindsight, we definitely should have done that in the morning.
Well, now it just looks like it got dirty overnight, which is
I mean, it did get dirty overnight.
exactly.
Well,
This would have happened whether we had picked it up or not. So
Not long after reconvening, the doctor arriving back up the streets, kind of stretching. Oh, they need better beds in this town. Oh, and your pay for the night. I take it nothing eventful happened, I hope.
Nope.
Anything? No.
Nope.
Oh, wonderful. Then that's 5 copper apiece. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
said yes.
And there you are. I take it you'll be back again tomorrow night.
Yes, assuredly. I had a question about the door to this, just because it's so strange, and I'm gonna go over towards the door. And as I go towards the door, I'm gonna look down. Hey, what's that?
Oh! Kind of reaches down and picks up the just
masters
a
of deception.
letter.
Inception 100.
Looks at you. What were you
Well,
asking?
anyway, the door. This is very interesting. It's like a door, but it's not a door.
Hey, it looks so.
Definitely
so
a door.
intriguing.
Well, I mean, it's not a door without some sort of. I'm not sure what you're doing to open this.
Like, I can't see any lock on
I
it.
don't want to open your card. I don't want to get in it. I just find it very interesting.
Make a perception check.
Perception is terrible. 14 minus 1 is 13.
As he reaches up, he kind of does a flourish with his right hand as he reaches for the handle, and as you watch it, appears to just pull right open.
Aha. So there's a handle there all the time, but only you can see it or act. You're a very interesting man.
I am, yes. But you all are free to go. I'm sure you want to get some rest. I need to get back to helping the poor sick of this town.
Absolutely. We just wanted to remind you that we're here for you. I'm just gonna look at Omar like I don't know what to say.
I mean, eventually, we're here only temporarily. We're heading to Dirtmere next, but
Dirtmere. I was there a couple of years ago. Why would anyone ever want to go to that place?
I mean, we're here, aren't we?
Well, yes, but that place, Dirtmere, makes this look like a civilized
What's wrong with
city.
it?
Well, it's a bit backwards for my taste.
Backwards? What do you mean?
Well, there's not much happening. Less even than here. Anyway, I've got to get to attending shop.
Where are you heading to next?
Hadn't quite decided. Probably to the north. Need to speak with some of my contacts up there.
Just letting you know that anywhere you need to go, we're happy to be your bodyguards.
Well, I'm not sure that I need
For the price of
bodyguards.
Christ.
I can keep an eye on things.
You bandits on the road. Anything could happen.
Talk to the guard here. There's talk to anyone here.
Aye. Could be dangerous.
They've been getting reports of bandits all over the place.
Talon, make
That's
a
why
Aye.
Talon, make a persuasion check.
I'm trying to. Am I able to help her?
You are, but it's a disadvantage, so it's a straight roll anyway.
Okay, cool.
We're just that bad.
That is 16.
16.
Accurate.
I appreciate the sentiment. This is more of a short-term job for you all. The nights that I'm here in town. Once I'm on the road, I can care for myself quite well, thank you. But it is very much
course.
appreciated that you're keeping an eye on things while here in town. And if you want another job tomorrow night, you all can earn a bit more coin.
Of
Well,
course.
if you decide to head to Dirtmere after here, since we're going there anyway.
I'm not
just
going to
you.
Dirtmere.
Yep, alright.
Why do you keep bringing up Dirtmere?
No reason.
Well, you seem to pay well, so if we're going there, I'd rather make silver while we're on our way.
Aye.
Fruitful.
I see.
I'm quite new, and I'd like to go around and see a lot of places. And
Well.
any place is new to me.
Oh my god, you guys are.
I heard some of
We
the
just
tavern
think
folk
that you're
talking about it.
incredibly amazing, and we want to spend as much time around you as possible. He's
That-
just recognizing.
And so does
recognizing the guy's ego.
everyone. But please,
I'm
let
sure
me get
he's seen
back
that
to
in his studies. He's
Let
seen
me-
people with.
yeah. Let me get back to my work, please.
Of course.
Yeah.
So he kind of starts
have a wonderful day.
opening the windows and doors and getting things in place. And as you all have
Look.
spent a night keeping an eye on it and getting word of bandits and of all these things going on, The next day approaches, you have your investigations to do. We'll pick all of that up next week.
Woo!
Where we fight
Nice.
bandits.
First session.
All right.
First session.
Yeah, first session in the books. Only mild technical difficulties daring it, so I'd say
Yeah.
that's a win.
I count this
Callie!
as an absolute win.
Callie redeeming all of those stream points, increasing the BBEG health by 1.
Why
like
are you
6
doing
times.
Really?
Why would you do that? You evil man.
1, 2, 3, 4,
So that's another
5,
fun
6.
thing to
Okay,
know.
if we make it to the BBEG and he kills us and has more than 5 remaining health, this is your
See,
fault.
I have 14,000 points saved up. I could just up it.
I'm just saying.
You're terrible.
So you all can do that. If you well, actually no, you all can't do that because you all are here for every stream. So it's not fair for you all to be influencing the game with your channel points.
Are you saying you
Darn.
don't have loyal fans that are here every stream?
Yeah,
Please.
exactly.
You all don't qualify as that.
We can't decrease, but we can surely increase, right?
I'll allow increases, sure.
Alright.
But we'll
Can I
talk
decrease?
about it later. I don't think
Okay.
we should be hands off. We should be hands off. Though that is hilarious, Callie. That is
Oh
hilarious.
man.
But no, thank you to everybody who watched on this first episode. It means so much to us that you're here. We had several people subscribe and follow. That is amazing. And the single biggest thing you can do to help us out as this channel starts kind of growing and starts becoming a thing is just to be here, to follow and to watch, because that'll help us be more visible to others who are looking for things to watch and to experience. So thank you so much for that. And hopefully we'll see you next week at the same time, 1 o'clock Central. As that is going forward, we're going to try to be as consistent and on time as possible every week. Once again, from all of us, thank you, and see you next week.
Tune in next week
Au
when we
revoir.
TPK.
Yes.
Hope not. This was way too much work to
Au
set up.
revoir.
We don't need that. Bye.